so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked. That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 47. My name is Casey, also known as Razanon. I am joined once again by my good friend Douglas, aka at Modern Warzone. Doug, say hello to everyone.
Good to see you, boys. How's everybody doing in the chat? Friendly reminder. Every time Raz says I'll keep that in mind tonight, take a drink.
Okay, so I don't sign on to this, and I do not accept liability for all of the alcohol poisoning that's going to happen tonight. So keep that in mind. How's life, Douglas? how are things?
Everything's great, dude. Everything's been going great. We've been still growing at about the same rate. Sadly, though, been a little lacking content on the website, but that's just because I feel fucking overwhelmed lately, but it's all good. We're growing on YouTube, we're growing on Twitter. I think I'm going to hate myself and make a TikTok soon, so there's that.
It's fascinating. Well, to be fair, I feel like Call of Duty is lacking content. Like, there's not much to cover, you know?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, in our case, it's been that way. Like Wednesday, we had one of our shortest episodes ever because there's fucking nothing going on with this shit game, which we'll get into.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, content creators are seeing the largest amount of growth they've ever seen from this fucking game.
True. That's because of the quarantine and shit, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I just saw a kid who plays with his controller upside down get signed, so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot of opportunity on the internet these days. So yeah.
Pornhub.com, anybody?
What?
No, what? No, I'm sure.
Didn't hear him. Razano sus. So yeah, Tanner is. He told me where he is. I don't care. So hey, Tanner, if you ever listen to this episode, don't care where you went. He took a fucking Jeep to some place that actually doesn't have cell phone service, and he's doing that. Don't get it. Don't know why. He's like go-karting, but as an adult. So, whatever. Anyway, that's why Tanner's not here. He'll be back Wednesday. He'll be back sooner than that, but he'll be back tomorrow, in fact. But that's why he's not here for the pod. And then also, Doug's going to be back next week, next Saturday, with Tanner. So it's going to be all three of us. And that is going to be a very fun and exciting episode, which I am very much looking forward to. And I know Tanner is as well. So that is what the deal is here. Arg Captain Jack, change it. And Gadget Bloke, by the way, boys, thank you for the offline Twitch subs. Much appreciated. Honored, humbled, and privileged, of course. And it takes a lot of courage to drop the offline sub. Also, real quick, gameplay breakdowns have been on hiatus for a little while. We've been pretty busy. We're going to start those again Wednesday. So I think we have 1 or 2 gameplay breakdowns queued. Tanner and I will be doing those on Wednesday. And then if you're not there live to watch on Tanner's channel, that'll be on the YouTube. Just search for the Dropshot or for Razanon, or subscribe right the fuck now. I've conveniently linked it for you in the chat.
Subscribe right the fuck now.
There you go. Douglas gets it. What else do we have here? Also, if you signed up for the Patreon, go to Discord. There's a channel called New Patron Onboarding. It'll tell you how to link your Patreon to your Discord account, and it'll also show you how to get the fucking bonus episodes in your podcast app. Now, next section, we are going to skip today, I think, iTunes reviews. So if you left a review, fret not. We will do those again on Wednesday because we have a good amount I want to go over tonight, and I want to be mindful of Douglas's time. So we're going to go through those on Wednesday, and there's probably not going to be shit else to do on Wednesday anyway, honestly. So yeah, we'll do the iTunes reviews next time. So don't fret if you feel like you got skipped. We will get to it. So real quick, Doug wants to be very clear. Fuck Fortnite for the listeners. He has a sign, and that is correct. Fuck Fortnite indeed. Couldn't agree more. Fuck Fortnite. Absolutely. Now, real quick, Mullet with the 100 biddies. Let's fucking go. Optimus, 5 gifted subs. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, dude. Jesus. You guys have been coming in hot today. And
you love to see it.
You love to see it indeed. And Fluky Wookie. See, that name upsets me, but thank you for the 100 biddies. Let's fucking go. Honored, humbled, and privileged, all of you. Claptimus, welcome back. Been here forever, and I appreciate the fucking support. So if you are listening on your favorite podcast app, rate the fucking podcast 5 stars on iTunes. And if you're listening for the jingle, here it is. All right, so we're going to jump straight into it here. For those of you who may be new here, from Modern Warzone's very large Twitter following, then welcome, and you're going to get the content that you wanted right now. So we got a couple questions for you, young Douglas, at Modern Warzone, and these come from the Discord. Some are from Twitter. We don't have too many, so if any of you in chat right now have questions for Douglas pertaining to any potential leaks, maybe speculation, maybe Season 5, Season 6, COD 2020, ask them in Twitch chat, and if Doug wants to answer them, he will, and if he doesn't, we will both ignore you. But
also, let's fucking go! We're on a level 3 hype train!
Level 3, let's fucking go! Hell yeah. Mullet proof mute. Slivovitz! Holy shit.
Dude, Sliv is definitely from the family, bro. Fucking hell yeah, Sliv.
Yeah.
See you here, brother.
Sliv is a part of the family, the community. And so is Mullet, by the way. Mullet says he's a man of few words and a man of many bits and many gifted subs. And I appreciate it, Mullet. And Slivo, I appreciate you as well, dude. Honored, humbled, and privileged, boys. A lot of fucking support tonight. I appreciate it. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started, as evidenced by fucking Tango. 500 biddies, let's fucking go.
Fucking go.
Jesus.
Ooh.
You guys are getting crazy today, dude. Getting absolutely crazy. So fuck Fortnite. And once again, if you are here for young Douglas, you have questions for him, as I said, ask them in the fucking chat, and he may or may not answer them. But, and feel free to repost unless I tell you to fuck off, because we're going to go through the ones we have already first, and then we'll get to Twitch chat later. So I'll try and remember some and all that, but you get it. You figured it out.
Level 5 hype train. Let's go,
Level
boys.
5, dude. Any
4
scam
minutes
trains
left to
in the
complete
chat,
that
dude?
shit.
Any scam
Way to
arenas?
fucking get the hype train for the guy who baits you into iTunes reviews. Let's fucking go.
True, dude. True. True.
Hey, the fucking 1,000 biddies.
Jesus, dude. I can't keep up. I can't keep up, you animals. Czar,
That's
thank
right,
you for
but-
the 100 biddies, dude. Or 1,000 biddies, rather. 100 times 10. Math.
But Doug's
Read a book.
experienced at reading fast chat because he's not dog shit, so I got you, boys.
Wow. Okay, Doug. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hey, I had to learn how to speed read in college, even though I didn't graduate.
I've always read speedily. Read a book.
Speedily? Alright, dude.
It's called an adverb, sir. So keep that in mind. So our first question is from the Discord. By the way, everyone, thank you for the support. Fucking insane. Czar, Tango, Slivo, Mullet, and everyone else. Much appreciated, boys. But I want to get to some content here because many of you are here for Douglas. So our first question is from the Discord. Join the fucking Discord. This is from Nick Can, and he asks, Doug, do you think we will see big changes to the Warzone map before the next COD game drops, or will they use the launch of the new COD game as the catalyst to make major changes? And by the way, I didn't run this by you earlier, but if you didn't want to answer any of these questions, just tell me. Just no comment. I'm not going to.
Oh yeah, I got you, dude.
Yeah.
I got you, dude.
But
do I think we'll see big changes to the Warzone map before the next COD game drops? Yes, for sure. Like, that's not even a question. Or will they use the launch of the new COD game as the catalyst to make major changes? They're kind of intertwining the two. So they're trying to make the storyline connected, and they're trying to make the way the devs have described it when they've spoken about the way Warzone is going to continue throughout Call of Duty is that they are trying to intertwine all of the titles for the first times between different companies, which is going to be kind of weird. You know, Treyarch has a very different game design type than Infinity Ward does. And we have our favorite Infinity Ward games. We have our dog shit Infinity Ward games. We have our favorite Black Ops games. We have our dog shit Black Ops games. So, but basically, all the weird shit you see going on with Warzone right now is them. I don't know if it's a half-ass attempt, or they've had it planned for a long time, or what. But they are currently trying to make all of these changes relevant within COD 2020, I believe. And that's my answer to that.
Do you, if you care to elaborate, and I think you've talked about this before, but just to refresh everyone's memory, maybe they haven't heard it yet. In what ways do you think the current Warzone map will experience big change? Because I know we've already seen little change, but if you expect big change, I know you were talking about the train, for example.
Yeah.
So if you could tell us more about that, maybe, and then if there's anything else that maybe you haven't talked about, or even if you have, just anything else that's big coming.
Yeah, I got you right after I do this. Claptimus Prime with the 500 biddies, let's fucking go! Tango with the 1050 biddies, let's fucking go! Zorocio Khan with the 50 biddies, let's fucking go!
Damn,
the
dude,
level 5 hype train is completed.
Level 5 hype train's completed. Dude, I gotta have you on more often. I get to...
Just remember, dude.
I get to save my voice.
Fuck Fortnite, bro.
Yeah, tell us more about this hashtag fuck Fortnite before we finish out this question.
I've tweeted this out a few times on Modern Warzone, and people get really mad. Like, they get really fucking mad.
Of course.
They're like, dude, this is so unprofessional. You don't see Charlie Intel doing this stuff. And then I'm just like, well, fuck Fortnite, dude.
Yeah.
It's a game made for children.
I support that. I support fucking.
And I wanted to have it in the backdrop right behind me right here. But my wife said it was an absolutely horrible idea. And she wouldn't help me do it.
Well,
and, yeah, I'm a bitch.
Well, happy wife, happy life. That's what
Yo,
they say,
and then
right?
Mullet Proof with the 100 biddies. Let's fucking go. Claptimus Prime with the 500 biddies. Zorocio with a gifted sub.
Dude, you guys are fucking nuts. So yeah, Claptimus, Tango, Czar, Mullet. Thank you boys so much. Fucking ton of support, dude. Jesus.
Congrats on getting the level 5 hype train complete, boys.
Yeah, congrats. And indeed, get scammed, by the way. Twitch has engineered you to give me more bits, and I appreciate it. But you guys are big brain. That's why you're listening to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast. But yeah, I do appreciate the support, boys. It's been fucking nuts, unreal, and thank you very goddamned much.
But we can get back to that one question you were asking me.
Yeah, so to refresh your memory, what are the big changes that are coming to the Warzone map for this game?
Well, the things that we had previously said that we thought were coming had to do with the dam, but we realized that the data mine files that were shared to us and to a lot of the COD community were from data miners who weren't really positive of what the fuck they were looking at. And those files were from Call of Duty Ghosts. There's actually a campaign mission where you have to stop a missile from shooting this dam, or you're eventually supposed to fail it, and then the dam breaks and floods the map. So all those files about destruction and alleyways and flooding and all that stuff, all that shit is from Call of Duty Ghost.
It's like legacy
so the only
code?
The only other evidence we have that anything's going to happen to the dam is the fact the motherfucker makes a shit ton of noise Earlier this season, people thought that there was going to be submarines, and we debunked that in a YouTube video. But they definitely have fucked with the textures of the ice above the dam a good bit. There's now cracking noises when you're up there. And as well as there's like this big fucking glowing blue spot. Like bright blue. And that might have something to do with zombies in the next Call of Duty. So something could be happening with the dam. Now, this is all just me speculating. Grain of salt. I know everybody thinks I speak like fucking Jesus Christ facts, but I'm just taking educated guesses like you are based on what I know. And other than that, I mean, the stadium's definitely opening up. They're fucking with the stadium soon. For sure.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, I don't know besides there's a nuke in Bunker 10.
Which we're going to get into.
Yeah, we're going to get into that later. But other than that, I don't know what the fuck that thing's going to do. There's no coding for where it's going to land.
Yeah.
Which makes me assume it'll be out of the map, by the way. But I don't want to tweet shit like that out.
Interesting.
Where's your source?
Well, that's why you're on this low rent budget shit podcast where you can speculate away frivolously. So, by the way, if you had any like links you wanted me to show the stream or anything, or like images or something, just let me know. Put them in the doc and I'll show them. You don't have to,
okay,
but it's up.
I
it's
got
up to
you. I had
if you want
one. The last link I shared you that was that picture looking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put that in there. I put that in there.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I definitely wanted to talk about it. I'm supposed to do a YouTube video on that, but I might just steal your content from the podcast tonight and make that my YouTube video.
For sure. By all means. I can clip it for you if you want. Just let me know.
Yeah. And then if you want to start reading the next question, I'll go ahead and hop into that from Nick as well.
Okay, yeah. So next question. Well, you might have missed this part. Seems like a train is coming to Verdansk. Think that could happen as soon as Season 5?
Yes.
Do you think it will happen Season 5?
Yes.
Any reasoning, or did you just get some intel that you can't really
They just don't add shit like that to the code. They're like, it's very secretively added to the code. It's weird. And we've known about a gunfight map for months called Train.
Okay.
And they also, not only did they, okay, so originally people went under the map and saw what they thought was a train. Well, there's pieces of it that look like a train, but other parts are tents. So not only do we know that the train is coming from the files, but we also know that the train is going to be loaded with fucking loot. Loaded. Okay. And we also know that it will circulate the map.
Okay. Okay.
Think Apex Legends, boys. Except for the Apex Legends train can't kill you, this can kill you.
The Apex. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's
this
exactly
one can run
what
you
I
the
thought
fuck
of
over.
When you had originally talked about the train in this game, the first thing I thought of was Apex.
Oh, they're copying a lot of Apex, which I mean, Apex, they all copy each other now, and they just add little new shit.
Yeah, for sure.
The Gulag is by far one of the best additions in Battle Royale history. It's awesome.
Okay, well.
Shit game.
Maybe we can talk about that too. But we'll table that for now. We've heard the prestige system won't be in the new COD, likely because of the battle pass. Do you think the two can coexist? I'm going to jump in on this after you, but the floor is
You can start. I want to go off of you. I want to go off what you say this time.
Yeah. So, okay, we've heard the prestige system won't be in the new COD. I haven't heard that. The only thing I've heard is that there's no prestige system announced. But that is different than saying there will not be a prestige system. So this is going to be, here's some education with Razanon.
Okay, let me just I think you're kind of like misinterpreting how I tweeted about it. Because what I was saying is right now the COD 2020 leak is that there is none yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think Nick is misinterpreting it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, because I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. So, like, for example, you guys see that there are pens in this thing, right? And let's say you're unable to count them. So there's a number of pens in my jar. Is the number of do you believe the number of pens in that jar that I just showed you is an even number? Doug, yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's 50-50.
It is 50-50, but the correct answer is no. You're not going to believe that it's even. You're not going to believe that it's odd, but it has to be one of the two, but you can believe neither. This is an analogy for atheism and many other things. And this also, which is why I bring it up. It is different to say, I do not believe that there will be a prestige system. No, it's too, it doesn't apply perfectly here. So I'm going to abort this mission. Sorry, guys. It's called the
Not a bad
gumball
analogy at all. Not a bad.
Yeah, it's called the gumball analogy. I heard it first from Matt Dillahunty. If you're interested in logic, you should look that up. But basically, if you say, I don't believe that the number is even, that is different than saying, I believe the number is odd. Because you can disbelieve both that it's even and odd, even though it must be even or odd. It's just withholding belief.
Dude, that's so smart because all these fucking other bigger accounts are always like saying no to all the leaks, but they never fucking say whether or not it's how wrong it is or what it is. Like exactly what you're saying. They won't come out and say, I believe it's this, but they'll come out and say, I don't think it's going to be this, because then there's no way they can get fucked for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a much safer position, which is why people...
Yeah, well, fuck that shit. We go hard at Modern Warzone.
Amen, brother. Amen. So, anyways, so yeah, I'll start here. So, back to your question, Nick. Sorry. We've heard the prestige system won't be in the new COD. Just like Doug said, we haven't heard that. It's different to say there will not be a prestige in the next COD versus we haven't heard that there will be one yet. And the latter is the correct position to take. I'm very optimistic and hope that there's a prestige system. So your addendum to this was likely because of the battle pass. Do you think the two can coexist? So absolutely the two can coexist. The two coexisted in Black Ops 4. So I'm not sure what you even mean by why can't the two coexist. There's no friction. There's no friction here whatsoever. You could have a battle pass and prestige. Black Ops 4 did it last year. So, of course the two can coexist, and they should. And if Treyarch learned anything from MW 2019, it is that this leveling system without a prestige that they've implemented, I have not heard anything but bad things about it. No one has ever said, I'm so happy there's no prestige system. I've never heard that. Have you ever heard that, Doug? Or is everyone as pissed about it as I'm hearing?
No, I mean, they're pissed about it, but they're spending more money.
Okay.
Whether they realize it or not, they're spending a lot more money.
What? Okay. So, real quick, they are absolutely spending more money on this game than any other game before, but it is not because there isn't a prestige system. That is my point.
So Black Ops 4 didn't have one, like, at all?
Have one what?
Like a prestige system. I know they had
No, Black Ops 4 had a prestige system.
Okay, well then you can kind of see a big difference. Okay, so my idea behind why it makes you more money to not have a prestige system is that since you get your level automatically reset and you don't get the option to where you can chicken out like we all used to make fun of whenever you backed out of the prestige fucking thing, it incentivizes you so much more to get back on and play the game again. Whether you think so or not, I know plenty of casuals, and I was a casual COD god for a long time that only played game battles and never prestiged. I would max everything out on first prestige and say, fuck that. What's the point? There's a lot of people like me out there too. And when they get their level reset, they get a reason to come back on the game and level up their battle pass, because as they level up their regular multiplayer rank, their battle pass levels up for free as well. That's why the season shit is working so well for them. You don't have an option with the season thing. You have a deadline to try to meet. They try to make you feel like you have to get this exclusive content.
Right. Did you play Black Ops 4?
Yeah, I played it for like a month.
That's why. Okay. So Black Ops 4 had the exact same battle pass system that this game has. And it also had prestige. So the multiplayer level would not reset because there was a prestige system. So your multiplayer level would stay persistent throughout seasons. But there was the exact same battle pass system where they said, hey, for the next 2 months, we have 100 battle pass tiers. And after these 2 months, it's gone forever. So you have to get on to level your battle pass now. But that coexisted with the prestige system. So the fact that they're not doing prestige now is not earning them any more money, because the argument you're making is about people wanting to get online so that they can get through the battle pass before it goes away. And I'm saying I agree with you, and that is making them money, but that is not at odds with having a prestige system. You can do both, and in fact, it has been done before, like in Black Ops 4. I think the reason this game is making way more money than BO4 did is a free-to-play BR and crossplay. So they entice you, they give you your free hit first, like a crack fucking dealer on the corner of pick a street. I'm not getting canceled tonight. And then they give you your first hit free, and then you come back and you want to buy the next hit, and then you're fucking hooked. That's what they've done. They have a free-to-play battle royale for the first time ever in a Call of Duty game. So it gets all these fucking casuals to download the game because there's no monetary cost up front. And then they play it, and it's a good BR. So then once they start playing it, they say, oh, I want this new fucking operator skin. And then they put in their credit card, and it's game over, and it's $3 million per day in microtransactions. I think that and crossplay are the only reasons why this game is earning so much more money than BO4. But my point to Nick is that the prestige system has nothing to do with the battle pass. Those can be perfectly married. And if Treyarch is smart, they're going to bring back the prestige system, and they're going to bring back free-to-play BR, and they're going to bring back crossplay, and they're going to bring back I think that was everything. I think I missed something, but you guys get the gist of it. And then they're going to continue to make money hand over fist. Probably more money than they made this year, because Treyarch's game sounds like it's not going to be fucking dog shit like this game was. So not only is there going to be a good free-to-play cross-play BR next year, but there's also going to be a fun multiplayer experience with the prestige system, with challenges that are worth working toward. And it's going to have all the other monetary drivers that really made this game a fuck ton of cash. That's where I stand.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. Crossplay was a factor I knew you were going to throw in. And it definitely is a huge factor, so you're right to throw it in. One thing that I see Bryce talking about in chat, and I agree, and you might want to do this so I'm not reading all of your biddy donations. Mr. Allen Boy.
Wait, where are we? Oh, yeah. Allen Boy. 100 biddies, let's fucking go. 93. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Alan, I know you've been here before, dude. I appreciate you, man. Honored, humbled, and of course, privileged.
But Bryce makes a great point that I was definitely thinking the whole time. So I've been really turned off of Call of Duty since about Black Ops 2. You know, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2 were the last good days. I tried World War 2. It ended up being dog shit in my opinion, but for some reason, fucking dumbass Razanon has it above COD 4.
I love that game.
So somebody smacked the shit out of him for that. Yeah, he was playing it before the podcast tonight. What's wrong with him? But Bryce has the best point of all. Our most iconic games of all time, when it comes to Call of Duty, in most gamers' minds, are made by Infinity Ward. This game not only brought people back because it was developed by Infinity Ward, it brought people back because the beta was surprise announced and had amazing feedback. I love the fucking beta. The beta got me so hyped for this game. Dude, so hyped.
Okay, I agreed with everything you just said up until the beta got positive feedback.
It wasn't great. I mean, I'm not saying that it was amazing. It was only a couple of maps. Bulletproof Buck with the 5 gifted subs. Let's fucking go.
Thank you, Mullet. Hell yeah. Alan Boy.
And then you got Alan Boy. Yes, sir. Alan Boy's going
another
off.
One.
Dude.
Another one.
Alan Boy's going off.
Alan Boy's doing it one at a time. He's giving us the trickle. The Chinese drip torture.
Bryce has a very good point. You have a very good point. That's the reason why this Call of Duty is so widely debated. There's so many different variables added in this one that doesn't let us know what makes it
that is so
the
true.
hit that it is.
That is so fucking true.
It can be argued in 1,000 different ways, and me and you are probably going to go back and forth about why it's not a shit game. But it's a shit game on PC, I'll give you that. Since I've switched to PC, it's been a dog shit game. Like,
really?
It runs okay, but goddamn, if it's not the most like, I can't even explain all the shit that goes in. You have to download shaders every day, first of all. Second of all, the motherfucker crashes randomly all the goddamn time.
The performance has been fine for me. I think it's shit regardless of the performance issues it may or may not have. But I think it's such a good point that you raised, though, when you said it's hard to even debate why this game is so successful because it has so many firsts. It's the first with crossplay, and it's the first with a free-to-play battle royale. So the fact that it's doing so well, it's hard to like pin that down because there's really no point of comparison because of all those firsts. So that was a very good point.
I just think that Black Ops 4 was massively overrated because it was the first Call of Duty to come out with a battle royale game. People have such good memories of it. The fact is, Treyarch could work with a pile of doo-doo. Activision has been pushing them to turn their games into dog shit ever since they decided to move Infinity Ward away from modern time warfare. We don't give a fuck about jetpacks and shit, dude. We really don't. Go look at Hyperscape right now. Who the fuck is watching somebody play Hyperscape? Go ahead and tell me. Nobody.
Yeah.
That game, I even made a Twitter account because I thought that game was going to bang. Like, the fact is, the reason that this game is not dog shit is because it went back to modern times, in my opinion. That's why it has a place in my heart. It brings me back to the good old days, but it's not quite at the good old days.
Oh,
it's not quite there.
Yeah.
It's not quite there. But the good old days weren't so great either when I go back and watch some old clips from back then.
Well, the thing about the good old days that this game doesn't have, let me name a couple. Didn't have skill-based matchmaking. Had 3-lane maps. It had decent maps. It had great maps. But even if they had been decent, that would have been 10 steps above the maps in this shit game. You could see people. That was fantastic. Sprint out timer was not 45 minutes. And development resources weren't massively distributed among trying to juggle this fucking battle royale and multiplayer. So we will revisit this topic, but I do agree with you about a lot of what you said. And if anyone in my chat thinks that I'm some Black Ops 4 fanboy, suck me off. I fucking hate Black Ops 4 also. They're both garbage games. They're both terrible for very different reasons, but they're both ass. And I have about 90-minute YouTube series on why Black Ops 4 is shit. You can go to my YouTube and listen to me rant and rave about that. I won't rehash it here. So Doug's gonna go get a beer. Let me catch up on the chat here. And Bryce, welcome. Bryce is a good friend of young Douglas's. And we've got a lot more heat coming, boys. So don't fucking worry. Alan Boy, 100 more bits. Let's fucking go. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, brother. And all the gifted subs, dude. I appreciate it, man. Really. And Mullet as well, of course. Mullet went fucking insane last night. He's doing it again tonight. Don't get it, but I'll take it. Hey, I'll take it. I appreciate it, dude. Let me try. Dude, there was a lot of chat going on, so I'm not going to scroll all the way up, but I need more. Gunny says shit game on console too. The game isn't shit because of the performance. The performance is also dog shit, but that's not the reason I hate it. It's one of many reasons I hate it, but it's like very low on the list. And when we do our year in review series, I will tell you all about all the reasons I fucking hate this game.
Zerosio's going ham too, dude. And Jake.
Ooh, Jesus. 17 seconds, 15 seconds. Zerosio with the gifty boy to the mighty Bryce, dude. Bryce, welcome to the small but vibrant and extremely humble community. Claptimus, 100 more biddies. And Jake down with the gifty boy. Let's fucking go. Czar, Clap, Jake. Thank you, boys. You've been here forever.
Let me ask you this while we're off topic, Raz.
Well, what's the problem that you had real quick? You're making me nervous. What's wrong?
Oh, I'm on my last beer already because you say that stupid ass phrase so often.
Oh, haha, shit on. Okay. Tell your lady friend to go get more beer.
Ray.
Why is that
go
funny?
get some more beer.
There you go.
Man,
Tell her.
Hell no. She fucking threw something over here, dude.
Is she listening to the podcast?
Yeah, dude. She's watching live.
Reagan, this is a special occasion. So, on behalf of the Dropshot LLC, please get in your whatever you guys use for transportation in Georgia, your horse and buggy, and trot your way down to the local market, right? To your local brewer, and get your man a 12-pack minimum, please. On behalf of the Dropshot, we're begging you. Go ahead, Doug.
On behalf of the Dropshot LLC and on behalf of Modern Warzone LLC, chat, fucking spam, go grab beer for Beach.
True. What were you going to say, brother? Go ahead.
Fuck, I can't remember now.
While we're off topic, and then you were going to say something.
Yeah, it's gone.
We'll revisit
to me
it.
frequently.
It's
ADD.
fine. Any ADD? Any Ritalin in the chat? Anyway, so we hit the prestige thing. So this next question comes from Twitter. Scam Race Team is your Twitter handle. Change it.
I plow the fields. That's actually his Twitter handle.
Well, okay. It's at I plow the fields. Also change that.
Oh, no.
I don't know which one's worse. They're both terrible.
Oh, no. Why did I read that?
They're both awful. So the question is, does anyone remember if the big black burn mark on the side of Damn, spelled Damn wrong, was there before the Season 4 update? I keep thinking it was there after. Now, this has no significance to me, but I thought I would bring it up anyway in case you have any insight that I don't have.
No, I have the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't there before Season 4. It started glitching out at the same time as the ice above the dam. It's just a fucking texture bug, bro. If you go standing and it looks like flashing lights, everybody thinks it's where a bomb's going off, but it doesn't even match that shit at all. It's just a texture bug, and Infinity Ward's such a shit company that they won't go back and fix it. It's been like that for weeks now.
Okay.
Go stand in the middle of it next time you see it. Alan, boy, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, Alan. Thank you, dude. 140 biddies. Mullet, 69 biddies. I appreciate you, boys.
Let's make Razin on rich, boys.
Honored, humbled, and privileged. Dude, that's a topic for another time, but I appreciate the support, guys. It's fucking insane. It's too much, so let's settle down. But it is appreciated. This next one is from our very own, back to the Discord, Mr. Sal Manila. Shout out to Sal. We ran some games last night. Doug, how has the transition from part to full-time with content, streaming, leaks, etc. been as a whole? I know the wife has been super supportive, except for right now, because she's not getting fucking beer. Has she left the house yet?
No, dude, she's still laying on the fucking couch, huh?
Is Reagan watching? Tell her to tune in to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast.
She's watching.
So she's just going to ignore my plea?
Reagan, look over here.
Over there.
Look
Get her
over
on
here.
camera. Put her on the mic.
Go get us some fucking beer.
I'm like,
You might. The fucking
You
podcast's
might.
gonna be open
The
soon.
podcast is underway, Reagan. You have to do it now. We need it soon. Anyways, there's a look behind the curtain. You saw it here first.
You just want Raz to quit his job? Oh, you just want him to quit his shit job and become a full-time writer for modernwarzone.com?
That would be in the what's it called? I forget the phrase, but that would be in the cards.
Maybe then I can get him to stop saying retard.
I didn't say it, dude. I didn't say it. You said it.
I know.
Clip it and ship it, boys. Clip it, ship it. Tweet Modern Warzone. Joking. You can't get canceled for that yet.
No,
And
I'm
I
good.
say yet because it's gonna come soon.
Yo,
Jesus
you want to
Christ,
read that one,
Mullet,
dude?
you disgust me. Let's fucking go. 5,100 fucking bits, dude. Mullet, you piece of garbage. Mullet proof mute, dude. Hey, I appreciate it, man.
I just want to have a quick test, Raz.
You're fucking
Which one of us
insane,
has
dude.
skinnier arms on the cam, dude?
We're not flexing. We're just holding it straight up. Well,
Yeah,
let me
just
hold up
on
my
the-
left arm.
Hold it up. Let me back up.
It's
Back up. We're tiny, dude. We're about
We're
the same
both-
size as tiny.
we're both an affront to the human race and to men in general. Yeah. Now, the thing about me though is that my shoulders. Look, here's the real reason I wear tank tops. I can't get shirts to fit me. My shoulders are too broad. I just can't get them to fit.
Quit
So,
your fucking job right now, dude.
I'm sure. What is your job? I can imagine you as an accountant. I'm not an accountant. I'm not going to tell you my job. I don't want my job to know about this. I don't want you to know about my job.
He's a little dicky.
I work in an office 9 to 5. That's all.
Jake
I'll say.
down. I actually scrapped one of my boys last night who has 80 pounds on me, and he swore he was gonna make me submit with a Kimura. That's all he tried to do the whole time.
Kimura, damn.
Yeah, I'm fucking battered and bruised, but I survived.
Damn. Well, I have a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, so rest assured, young Douglas, I would strangle you.
No, I would fuck you up.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. We'll have to test that theory. Oh, are those the beers back from the market?
No, dude, she's still fucking laying there.
Reagan, you
No, just
Nice-
go ahead and say it, dude.
you nice
No,
young
you
lady
can- go
lying
ahead.
on the
Go ahead.
couch. No, I'm not gonna do that. Get the fuck out of the couch, off the couch. Get in your
Perfect.
buggy and get it done. Mullet proof with the 10
Okay.
fucking gifty boys. Let's fucking go. Mullet, I appreciate you, man. You're fucking insane, dude.
I'm gonna do the service and get us back on topic because I didn't answer the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Salmonella asked, Doug, how has the transition from part to full time with content, streaming, leaks, etc. been as a whole? I know the wife has been super supportive, except for she's being a dog shit wife right now by not getting you beer from the things you've said in the past. Have there been any hangups or second guesses since going all in? Also, keep fighting the good fat. The community rocks with you. The transition from part to full time with content has been extremely difficult. I'm not gonna flex. I'm not gonna act like it's been fucking easy. It's been very, very difficult, which is why you see me struggling with posting consistent content on modernwarzone.com. You see me struggling posting consistent content on my YouTube, and you see me inconsistently starting my Twitch live streams. It's because I've never had the ability to just choose what I want to do. And it makes decisions very difficult. You know, I used to work all day and try to, oh my God, whoa, big fucking dicks.
This is
Hashtag nut.
This is for Jake Down. Jake Down, this is for you. Jake Down, this is for you.
That's dope.
Why don't you talk to Sean O'Malley about what a blue
Yo.
belt with one stripe in jiu-jitsu means? You untrained little bitch. That sounded more aggressive than I meant it. I'm just kidding, Jake, obviously. But
Yo, Reagan
I'm not
said
kidding
in
that
chat.
I would Kimura the fuck out of you, Jake. Or Triangle, or fucking Darths. Whatever I'd want. I would have you at my mercy, Jake Down. But I'm glad you're coming to PC and I love you. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
We see you struggling to find time to work on your upper body. Fuck you, Mordecai. God damn it. But regardless, it's been very difficult to try to manage my time because I used to work in an office all day, every day, and I got the Reddit exploding because I fucking was posting content all day because my job was easy as fuck. And then I got told I couldn't use Reddit on the computer anymore, so that's when I basically started growing the Twitter, and we got the Twitter up. And then I quit my job because everything was popping off so much, and now I have Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, Facebook. Like, bro, I can't even count on two hands how many social medias I have to do. Motherproof bunk!
Let's fucking go. 1,000 more biddies, dude. Fucking
Let's
insane.
go, dude.
Mullet, thank you, dude.
Tonight's stream's been popping off for you.
Dude, tonight and fucking last night, especially fucking Mullet, dude. This guy doesn't say anything. He just gives me fucking bits and gifted
Yeah,
subs.
you say Mullet, you gotta come hang out with us sometime, dude. You don't gotta donate shit. Come talk to me, man. I haven't even seen you in my chat before.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, you piece of shit. Okay.
Go on. Mullet,
Dude,
I appreciate it, dude. But go
I'll
on.
read the next question, and this is from
Go ahead.
this is from Slivovitz, who donated 5 subs earlier.
Nice.
My boy.
Nice.
Hey Doug, what is the relationship like between you and Activision? Oh my fucking god, why am I reading this question? Do they come after you for any reason? Yes, all the time. On one hand, I could see why they would be pissed about early info getting out. Yes, I would. I understand too. On the other hand, can they play leaks to their advantage? Yes, and they do all the time. They choose what and not to get mad about. If you have seen this, can you give an example? I'll give you a fuck ton. I actually, since we started Modern Warzone, like getting big as full-time content, it's they are very, very heavy-handed on the way they decide to DMCA shit. They go after me and the gaming revolution real hard. Whereas if you go look at, let me give you an example of some of the leaks that I post lately. So you guys know, if you keep up with Modern Warzone, how I post upcoming bundles in the store way before they come out. Well, those get posted to codtracker.gg. Codtracker.gg's head writer is the head subreddit moderator and the founder of every Call of Duty official developer supported subreddit that there is. Okay. Not only is he that, but he also has me banned from every single one of those subreddits. Not only that, but if you mention Modern Warzone or Doug Dagnabbit in those subreddits, you are banned.
That's so crazy.
They don't fucking play about me, bro. They don't like me. They don't fuck with me. Activision especially don't fuck with me. I think some of these organizations that I've been trying to reach out to, including advertisers and companies, don't fuck with me because they don't want to fuck up their relationship with Activision. To give you an example of how things work, if you have been keeping up with COD leaks, you remember how the exclusive Ace went about shit. He posted his YouTube video about all the COD 2020 leaks, and they were very, very well defined, and clearly from an inside source. That's basically how I get my info too. The guy listed it in the exact same way, but wouldn't give too much info. And Exclusive had that video up for about 2 hours. Not even 2 hours, about an hour. It's got like 100,000 views. It went to private. So just for an FYI, TGR's videos have gotten DMCA'd within 4 to 5 minutes after being posted before. Exclusive Ace had full-on COD 2020 info out there for hours and put his video to private and has spoken with me in DMs about why it's happened.
Whoa,
And
really?
We've talked.
Whoa,
No, he
that's
hasn't told me
interesting.
about why it's happened, but when I asked him about some details I needed from his leaks, he was uncomfortable speaking to me about any of them.
I didn't know you guys were in contact at all. That's the thing that's surprising to me.
We weren't until I tagged him in a tweet this past week because I was going to make a YouTube video using some of his more information.
I fucking love Exclusive Ace, even though his brand is
I love him, dude.
I fuck with him too. His brand is totally different than mine, and he'll never associate with me because he's very squeaky clean, clinical, down the
He reminds
middle.
you like an office manager, doesn't he? Like he's straight to the point.
Well, office managers are middle management people. I would put him in a different category. But he's very like buttoned up, as it were. I love him though. I love him. It's just his brand is different. But anyways, go on. Sorry.
I don't know how else to put it to you, but they really don't fuck with me. I've been told by a few different sources that I am on their do not engage list, which means if you have a contract with Activision in any way, you are not to engage with me in any way, shape, or form.
That's so crazy.
Which is why you'll see me constantly under Call of Duty tweets or constantly under these other tweets and I won't get a response, you know. And a lot of these bigger gaming organizations are also connected with Activision Heavy because they get invited. Like Warzone had 2 content creator events before it was ever even announced, and all these guys got invited out to it. Well, I mean, I got fucking names of the people that I got info from, whether they meant to give it to me or not, or I got it from somebody else who they gave it to. A lot of these motherfuckers in the big content creator organizations are some of the reasons why these leaks come out. But they don't fuck with me. That's just how it is, man. Just how it is. Charlie Intel, I see you, Mr. Noob. Charlie Intel has all the info you could ever want to know about Call of Duty, but he has so many contracts and NDAs that you're not going to hear about an exclusive leak from him unless somebody else leaks it first. And he's confident that what he's seeing posted is relevant to what's really going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is why the red door is posted on his fucking website right now. Guess who leaked that? Ding, ding, ding. Modern Warzone, the Gaming Revolution, the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost. That's all us. Guess who you do not see credited in a single article about the red door.
Discord, yeah, exactly.
You don't see a single fucking one of us credited by anybody. It's shit. Probably the biggest gaming leak to happen in a long, long time, besides The Last of Us 2's campaign completely getting dropped. Yikes.
Yeah. That's a good point about Charlie Intel. It's like they're not going to give you a leak first, like you just said. It's like people don't go to Charlie Intel with leaks. And if they do, maybe they even do, but then Charlie Intel's not going to leak it. They're not going to leak it first because they don't want to take on the liability. So they let someone else leak it first, and then they use that as their source for the leak because someone else had the courage or didn't have the strings so that they were able to leak it first.
Yeah, like I can give you a prime example. Like there's this guy that all these YouTubers and big articles are sourcing lately who I follow as well because he does put out good content on Twitter. His name's BK Tour, and you'll have seen me quote tweet his videos or his leaked content. But he posts straight up, like if I were to tweet the shit that he tweets, my account would be gone. It would have been gone months ago. And I just cannot cover what he covers. And that's not me trying to be a bitch. It's just I can't. I can't. Yeah, I've been DMCA'd so many times on that Twitter, and every single time it suspends me and tells me to relook at the rules of copyright. So I'm real close to just getting a straight ban. So
on
BK
Twitter?
Tour will tweet. Yes, no,
Wow.
yeah, we're close. BK Tour will get a fucking a leak that we've talked about, and he'll go in the game and he'll get the actual game file, like the dual katanas that I talked about before Season 4 was ever announced.
Yep.
And everybody was like, that's a fucking execution in the game. You're a liar. And guess what? Then they came out with fucking Cali sticks, and everybody was like, I guess there are dual wield melees. Well, there's dual katanas coming now. And BK Tour posted a video of those to his Twitter, and I quote tweet that because I can't get DMCA'd for that. He will.
Yeah.
That's basically what Charlie does.
Exactly.
Except for Charlie knows what is and what isn't going to be in the upcoming game. Like Charlie knows everything. He was all, I don't know if you guys remember, but he was all talking about like COD Warzone, and all he would do was every day he would tweet to somebody who asked if Warzone's happening today. He would say no. Every day for like a solid month from February on to March, and it didn't come out till March 10th. So, I mean, yeah, the dude is a great news source, a fucking legend in the COD community. But there's a reason why I say that come to us for leaks first, because I don't have no fucking contracts. I have had one advertiser reach out to me. People in the higher networking gaming community don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole. They really don't. And I don't give a fuck. Really don't. I'm going to keep doing what I do, and I'm going to take the advice that I got when Modern Warzone was first started, and I'm going to get so big they can't fucking ignore me.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. Because like you said, it's like, dude, if you started taking bribes and then, you know, you couldn't leak shit first, then you wouldn't occupy any niche.
I'd be fucking useless.
Yeah, exactly. You would just be another Charlie Intel who's way less established.
Yeah, or like one of these other Call of Duty accounts who just post articles that you could write in a tweet.
Exactly.
Like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
I actually try to get y'all info, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. All right. So next we have a couple other things that young Douglas wants to talk about. But first, I'm going to try to extract my insanely large white penis out of my shorts and then piss into my toilet with it. Doug, if you have to pee, I advise you do the same. We will be back very
intermission
shortly.
time. Wife's
time.
about to walk back in with the beer. I'm gonna put it in the fridge.
Yeah. All right, get it done.
Dear,
We got a couple Easter eggs that young Douglas wants to chat about. And Doug, if any of these are going to be seminal new information, you might want to fire off a tweet, especially because it would boost my analytics. If you want, don't care. I do care, but it's up to you, obviously. Don't mind either way. But if this is something you want your clergy to hear, then you might want to inform them. Because I think we're getting into the real juice of this, the meat and potatoes, as it were, suck me off, Tanner, of this podcast episode.
I do want my clergy to hear the message, but at the same time, I've already tweeted about it 3 times. So if they wanted to be here, they'd fucking be here. Let's go, boys.
Understood.
Way to be in the chat.
Understood. All right. So first,
They may have been here, but we took too fucking long to get because I'm dog shit.
well, it's mostly my fault, so I accept responsibility in this regard. Fuck Fortnite. And also, let's talk about the nuke in Bunker 10. First of all, where on the map is Bunker 10?
Bunker 10 is at the very south portion. It's so if you're at port, there's like a middle section where there's like the 2 big red doors that lead to the ocean in Warzone, and then more to the west of that is Bunker 10. Very
Okay.
south portion of the map.
Got it.
It is a bunker that is one of the most exciting that we've seen thus far. Not only does it have documents in it that we've never before seen in Warzone, it has ground loot, which means it's going to be open soon. Has a fuck ton of ground loot, and when I say a fuck ton, I mean it's got like 6 legendary crates in it.
And
Like
we've
the
seen-
motherfucker is supposed to be prestigious.
We've seen this live at twitch.tv/Doug Nabbit. Is that correct? Doug Dagnabbit.
Dagnabbit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We sure have.
Which I've conveniently linked for you in the Twitch chat, and which will also be in the show notes. Make sure you follow young Douglas on Twitter at Modern Warzone. 65,000 followers and growing. On twitch.tv/DOUGDAGNABBIT, and his website for all of your Call of Duty League needs, modernwarzone.com. One word. Anyways, so tell us more about Bunker 10.
And then I Need More Gunny. You're exactly right. It is right below the park area. There's a tower/monument looking spiral area at park on the map that has Russian lettering on it, and the nuke that comes out of Bunker 10 actually fucking goes right up the asshole of that monument. Right through it.
Oh, that like statue kind of thing. It's like kind of
It's
in
like
the middle
it's
of
like
nowhere.
a circle spiral. Yeah,
Yes.
that's where the nuke comes out of.
There's a buy station there sometimes.
Yes, sometimes
Yeah.
there is a buy station there, and there's
Yeah.
also a truck loaded with missiles there. I don't know how that one plays in, but there's a lot of inside the bunkers. There's a lot of documents that show missile trucks.
So
basically,
go ahead.
when you go into Bunker 10 and you look around, there's all types of shit that references you back to Cold War era shit. There's old DVD players, old televisions. There's pictures of Captain Price, pictures of Victor Zakhaev. There's a on the very right once you get into the bunker, which you can only get into by glitch right now because they took away the red access key cards because they realized we were getting all in their shit they didn't want us to see.
Why would they even release them and then take them away? So dumb.
I don't understand. It's because I really don't. I think they had to render them in the game to make sure they weren't broken at first. And they've also patched the ATV glitch that used to get us in there on foot. So we can get into the bunkers on foot still that are above the ground. But if next time you want to go to a bunker that is underground, pull an ATV in there, and try to stand on the ATV and run off of it while it's moving. It won't let you leave the ATV. They've patched it to where you cannot leave a moving vehicle underground. So they definitely don't want us getting in that shit. But basically, the big key points that no, I haven't seen anybody discuss about the Easter egg yet, which is blowing my mind because I should have made a video like 3 weeks ago about it. So far, I believe there's 3, but I keep going back through my footage, and I don't know whether I'm trying to look too fast or not. But there are a few locations specifically with black telephones, and all of the other bunkers in Warzone have red telephones, and they all feature the same set of numbers. It's either 51325 or 53125. And that is the same numbers that is on the telephone inside of the God damn it. That is the same numbers that is inside of the trenches bunker Easter egg that we saw recently. That you have to go into the trenches bunker and then you hit this phone and it calls you or it allows you to get this door open that has a teddy bear shooting miniguns at you and shit. Another funky portion that most people didn't realize is that whenever you go to that specific spot in the trenches map inside that bunker, there is a teddy bear with a red wig on it. That is in front of a black telephone. And that is the exact same caricature of the chick in Black Ops, the OG, who starts to announce the Ascension numbers that we recently tweeted about.
Whoa.
And the TGR has tweeted about. So they're definitely going back to their roots. They're rebooting Black Ops, and they may or may not be following the exact same storyline. But inside that Trenches map, it kind of gives us a lot because they're connecting a Trenches Easter egg with a Warzone Easter egg. And all those same documents that we see inside of the bunkers in Warzone are in that Trenches map Easter egg. And the Trenches map is located in Chernobyl, Pripyat.
Ukraine, by the way. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from this is that because there's a bunch of loot that's lootable, okay, redundant, in Bunker 10, you think it will be accessible probably in Season 5? Is that a fair guess?
I mean, I honestly thought it'd be accessible way sooner than that. I thought we'd already be getting delved into it, and they would open them up slowly but surely.
Okay.
Because the 2 that I know for sure have black phones. Okay, this is another aspect that I haven't seen anybody mention. There are at least 3 that I know of for sure. Okay, so there's 3 different sheds throughout the Warzone map right now that are keypad locked that you currently can't get into. There's one by the TV station. There's one down by prison. And the one down by prison has the RCXD frame in it that we had talked about a while back. And then there's one more that I can't remember the exact spot. But they all just recently became keypad locked at the start of Season 4. You could get into all these sheds before that. There are also other keypad lock sheds throughout the map that are not currently locked. You can just run through them. But the thing that they all have in common is they all tie into Cold War era bullshit technology. They all mention something about a nuke. They all show some sort of a map that shows a nuke going off. There's definitely some shit happening with that missile inside of Bunker 10. And not only that, but the first keypad that's been interactable is available now. It is it's in Bunker 11. The back end of that bunker has a wall that has a keypad, and you can currently go up to Bunker 11 and try to enter the key code in there. I'll go ahead and let you know right now, there is not a single combination of numbers you can put in there that will work. There is nothing in the coding to allow a positive response from that.
Interesting.
But last but not least about the fucking bunkers is that the 3 most interesting bunkers that include the black phones. Okay, so if you want to go look for these black phones yourself, the first one is located at the shed in farmland. There is a shed in farmland that is keypad locked that includes multiple documents that lead to information about the Easter egg.
Whoa.
And it has a black phone in it. And it also has, okay, I completely got off topic. What I was going to say was there are at least 3 different of these locked areas we're not currently supposed to be able to access that contain footballs. You know what a football is, Raz?
Like the black briefcase?
It's not even black. It's
The
just a
nuclear football?
old.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking
but it's
about?
like a Cold War era nuclear football. Cold War era nuclear football.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, the 3 most important key locked areas contain that same football.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's
so they finally
crazy.
they decided to make farmland worth the shit for a reason.
Farmland's always been great, but go on.
And so you have the 3 footballs, you have at least 2 black phones, and the black phones that I know of for a fact are in the shed at farmland, and the other one, and the shed at farmland contains a football in it. The shed at TV station contains a football in it, and bunker 10 contains the nuke, and a fuck ton of computers that you don't even need a football for that bunker. That is the launch site, like, period. That's where shit's gonna pop off.
Right.
And bunker 1 also contained, what did bunker 1, okay, so you know how I was saying the shed at prison has the RCXD frame and battery?
Mm-hmm.
Bunker 1 has the wheels and the rest of the frame for the RCXD.
Why is an RCXD relevant here, though? Like, what's the importance?
It's in
of an
Black
RCXD?
Ops.
Yeah.
It's in Black Ops.
Oh, sure.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah.
They suck ass at making storylines.
It's like a dumb Easter egg. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is all very interesting, and I'm glad to hear it. So my question is twofold. Number one, what do you think the implications of all of these facts are for this game and the Warzone map? Like, are all of these things going to be accessible in this game, in Warzone? I would assume yes, because there's lootable shit, like you said. But then number two, my question is, what do you think this may or may not imply for COD 2020? Because I think what I'm hearing you imply is that a lot of this information about shit that's in these bunkers and these locked sheds and stuff will, once they are unlocked, that will function as the COD 2020 announcement. Is that what I'm hearing from you? Or
It's
am I
not exactly
misinterpreting?
what you're hearing.
Okay,
It's not
go ahead.
exactly what you're hearing. You're basically hearing that these are definitely connected to COD 2020, and you're
Okay.
also hearing that something's definitely happening with that fucking nuke. I don't know whether it's a nuke or it's just an intercontinental ballistic missile, an ICBM that's going to carry some other type of, like, maybe it will carry the Nova 6 gas, maybe it'll carry
True.
this or that.
True.
Maybe it'll destroy Urzikstan, who is their biggest enemies right now. There's all types of things that can happen with that fucking nuke. But what I can tell you is that the shit's definitely, they're trying to make some type of a story out of it. Because, okay, this is going to be my most exclusive thing I've ever shared with you guys. This is my theory. This is my theory on what's going on for COD 2020. I think that all of these bunkers were pre-displaced in this map during the COD 2020 storyline. COD 2020 will somehow tie into Verdansk. If you go into a single one of these bunkers, there is not a single fucking thing in any of them that shows current Modern Warfare military technology. It is all old fucking shit. A fuck ton of it. It has documents of either what's Farah or Farah's mother. It has Captain Price pasted all over the fucking place. Viktor Zakhaev, who is Imran Zakhayev's son, is all over the place in the most important bunkers. And there's even a fucking, in Bunker 3, there is a bust, which is a statue from the shoulders up of a Russian politicist named, I think his name is Lenin. His last name's Lenin or something like that.
Yeah, Vladimir Lenin. He's a
Vladimir
communist.
Lenin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
predecessor
But
to
they're
Marxism.
definitely hugely connecting this to COD 2020. They're doing their fucking absolute best, and it's honestly a dog shit job. It's terrible.
Wow. Okay. So my theory so far, after hearing all this, for all of the shit I talk about Activision, one thing I wouldn't say is that well, first of all, they're a publishing company, so their hand in like storytelling is important, but not foundational. So I would say a lot of the sloppiness can be attributed to COVID-19. and like how this is
Yes.
all kind of bullshit, haphazard. The timetables don't make sense. It's weird. Everything's just sloppy. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to COVID-19, which is not their fault. So this is me, again, being very charitable to Activision. So when everyone says Razanon's unfair, he's a hater, he hates everything, wrong. I'm charitable when charity is merited, as is what I feel like is the case here. And then number two is just, it leads into, I guess no one really has the information, probably including you, but what I would guess now is that these bunkers, these locked sheds, and all this shit will become accessible before COD 2020 launches. And I think it's a very good point you raise about how all of the technology in these bunkers and in these restricted locked areas is Cold War 1980s technology. I think that's a good and important point. And you made the very astute distinction between this is Modern Warfare, which takes place in 2019, and all this technology is 40 years older than that. There's a reason for that. They didn't do that by accident. So I think number one, and I'm leaning more and more toward this. I think you're right. The COD 2020 announcement will in some way be tied to or take place within these locked bunkers. Number two, I am curious, and this is a lot less important, honestly. I am curious what the gameplay implications for the rest of this game will be once those bunkers are accessible. Like, there's loot in there and shit. Maybe they'll put the counter UAVs back, whatever. Again, to me, that is unimportant. I've basically shelved this game. Don't really care what happens. But with that said, it does have the potential to unlock some interesting new gameplay elements with respect to Warzone gameplay for the remainder of this game's life cycle, which is ostensibly only going to be a couple more months, but COD 2020 might get delayed. It might be more than a couple more months, in which case it would be more important because we would have to live with this game longer. And then this will also tie into another way that the Warzone map is going to change, which is the stadium, but we're not getting there quite yet because I want to finish up here. You were saying that you think, actually, I don't know. I think we're not talking about this tonight, so I retract my statement. But these are all interesting points. Anything else you want to add here before we go on to iDub Summer Games, Douglas?
Which part were you talking about that I didn't want to talk about? I'm in the dock.
Okay. Do you see me here?
Live wire UCMC. I'm glad you're enjoying the podcast, dude. It's fucking fire every time. Yeah, I see you.
Okay.
Hey, go ahead, dude.
Okay. So what I was gonna, what Doug and I had been talking about, I wasn't sure if I was able to bring this up, but I got confirmation.
I just tweeted out and retweeted it on Modern Warzone, by the way. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, indeed. That was big fucking, that got me hyped. So Doug and I were talking privately before this podcast started about how all of this weird kind of bunker shit and the Cold War technology being at odds with the modern technology that the game takes place in, the 40-year differential. Doug's hypothesis, which I subscribe to almost completely now, kind of, we'll get into it, is that these bunkers and the fact that there's so much lore in them will function not only as Easter eggs, but also as an announcement for COD 2020. And Doug isn't the first person to level this this theory, but I would argue he's made the best argument for it with everything he's just said, and he's provided the fucking evidence, you know, like, hey, look, this is all Cold War technology, it's all locked, why would they code it in the game, etc. So correct me if I'm wrong, you think the COD 2020 announcement will take place within Warzone and or Verdansk, and that it might be similar to a Fortnite-like event, such as their dumb concerts or whatever the fuck they do in their shit game. Tell us more about your theory here, because I may have mischaracterized it.
All right, this is going to be short and sweet, Chep. You did mischaracterize it. It's not a theory. I don't think. I know.
Oh,
That's
shit.
all.
Let's fucking go. That's all. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So I have a question, and I want you to answer one of three ways. Yes, no, or no comment. Okay, so my question is this. Will it be a live in-game event, or is it going to be a patch? I guess you can't answer this with yes or no. Okay, so I take that back. You can say no comment, or you can answer. I'm totally fine with no comment, obviously. Do you think that it is going to take place in-game like the Fortnite concert? Or do you think it's going to be the more traditional announcement wherein there is a new patch, and then when everyone loads into the game, there's one of those intro cinematics that plays that announces COD 2020? You can, and again, I want to reiterate, if you don't want to release this yet or at all, feel free to say no comment here. But if you wanted to, now's the opportunity.
It will happen live in Warzone.
Wow. Live in Warzone. Okay.
It won't be it won't be. Look, man. I trust these motherfuckers. I can't see this shit for myself because they don't trust me yet. I trust them. This is definitely going to happen live in Warzone. It has been evolving since we were first given the red access keycards. It has been evolving the whole time. We just haven't paid attention. There's not okay. I get a lot of shit about Modern Warzone for saying things that seem factual, but aren't actually factual. Like, I'll have to go back and let people know, you should have taken this with a grain of salt. I've tweeted at least 5+ times now. 5+ times. The reveal of COD 2020 will happen live in Warzone. Stop expecting it to happen at a PlayStation event. Stop expecting it to happen at an Xbox event. Stop expecting it to happen anywhere but in the fucking game that you play. I can't tell you whether or not it will function as a Fortnite event functions as smoothly. I can't tell you exactly how it will work, but I can tell you you're not going to load up Warzone and get an intro cutscene like the Season 2 one that teased us about Warzone. Wow. It's not going to be some stupid shit like that.
That's big.
They are probably legitimately going to gather us all in one area that Raz knows about and show us something about the upcoming game.
That is fucking
now, you guys can
huge.
harass Raz about that all you want to. And if he fucking caves, he's dead to me. But he knows.
I'm not. I would never do that to you. And you know that. Yeah. So that, by the way, that is huge. Because this would be a first for Call of Duty. And you would also be fucking clip me now, link me later, link to Doug later, link it on Twitter, tag at Modern Warzone later. You would have been the first person to make this proclamation.
Nah, it ain't me, bro. I can't tell.
Publicly.
I can't tell.
No, publicly.
Yeah,
I mean.
publicly. Maybe I don't know though, because I've seen articles about it too. I can't tell. I don't know. You know me. I'm fucking unorganized as shit. I can't tell you when I made the tweet.
Okay,
But I do know I had heard about it for a little bit before I made the tweet.
I got you.
I'm just very careful. Like recently, we said that we had heard a lot of things in the grapevine about July 16th being a date, and that I thought it was really weird because it was a Thursday, and then I'm pretty sure it'd be in August. There's two things I don't like to fuck with: dates, and for sure content that I only mainly know about from the files. This is neither of those. I know this. This is happening.
And for those of you with a brain who can do something that we all learned in elementary school called the process of elimination, I think you can gather the only remaining option here.
If COD 2020 is not revealed live in Warzone, I will stream for 24 hours with a clown suit on.
Clip it now.
Don't fuck with me, chat.
Clip
I've done
now,
it before.
Juan
I'm
Solo.
not scared. I'm not scared, and I've never been wrong when I put the clown suit on the agenda.
On the line, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Big reveal, dude. Big reveal. Big reveal. That
Any
is
news
exciting.
on the intervention, Mr. Noob? No, sadly. Besides what you've already seen on the internet, sir.
Yeah. So the intervention's probably coming at some point, but we don't know exactly when. Wow, dude, that's big. That's big, dude.
And that's because I fuck with the Dropshot podcast. I wanted this exclusive information to come out first on the Dropshot podcast, the hottest up and coming podcast in gaming. A small but humble and vibrant community.
Close
I
enough
fuck with all you
for
guys.
these purposes. I was literally, it's funny you said that, Doug. I was literally just about to say, I appreciate that you gave us this very red hot exclusive. I do appreciate it a lot. So thank you, dude.
It's only red hot because I'm a bitch and I don't make YouTube videos fast. Which, by the way, I never see you link my YouTube in here, but that's not your fault because not many people know about it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it right now.
Okay, yeah, plug it. I'll put it into my command. Yeah.
This is where I try to share my exclusive information alongside my
I'll
articles.
plug whatever. I have a command for your info, which I've kept on the stream deck. So I'll add your YouTube in there for sure. But yeah, wow, interesting, dude, interesting. I'm curious. So now I'll ask you. This question won't get you in trouble, regardless of how you answer it. How good of a job do you think they'll do? Because this is ambitious for Activision, because they've never done a live event like of this kind before. Do you think they'll do a good job, a bad job, a middling job? How well do you think they will do?
I mean, considering they've delayed it by over a month since our source first told us it was supposed to happen. And I understand. Look, I quit my fucking job because I couldn't stand the way they were treating coronavirus related issues. So, and that's not just because I wanted to pursue content creation. Like, they were not, in my opinion, they weren't doing things right. But I really believe in Treyarch, man. I have not ever in my life played a Treyarch product that I thought looked good beforehand and thought it was bad afterwards. And I never liked Black Ops 3. I didn't really like Black Ops 4. I only tried it for Blackout. But Black Ops 1 and 2, bro, some of the best World at War, some of the best games ever. Love those games. I have faith in Treyarch. Hopefully there's an AK-74U with rapid fire. That's all I need.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna.
I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. I'm
You
confident.
think they're gonna do a 9 out of 10 for the live event?
No, oh, this is for the live event, not the game. The live event,
Yeah,
I'm giving
bro.
a 6 out of 10. They have
Okay.
my confidence about a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I think that it'll crack. Even Fortnite has fucked their live events a few times because I tried to participate in a few.
You disgust
And-
me for having installed or played Fortnite, but go on.
Dude, that fucking concert with Travis Scott was lit. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in gaming.
I think
I
it's
really wanted to watch that.
a cool idea. It's a shame it was in such a shit game, but go on.
It is a fucking shit game. Who are you telling, dude? I
Yeah.
mean, just read the rest of this fucking
Amen.
segment.
Amen.
That thing
Hashtag
is
fuck Fortnite.
shitty fucking game, but they know what they're doing. And let me give you guys an example. Okay, I'm gonna hold this sign next to me while I tell you this.
Vundy
'Cause
is
I
still
want this to
with
be
Treyarch,
clippable
isn't
material.
he, Mr. Noob?
Okay, so everybody thinks Fortnite's for cartoon kids, right? and
True.
everybody thinks that Fortnite is supposed to have the most money, and Epic has come up with this fat fucking big formula to make money. Well, guess what?
Also true.
So far, Warzone has copied everything Fortnite has added from Apex Legends. Not even Modern Warzone. Fucking Warzone is planning to add a train. Yeah, dude, I'm getting drunk. You getting me to the end of the podcast?
We're getting there.
They're adding a train that circles the map like Apex. Do you guys really, as fans of video games, not think that Activision, being a multi-billion-dollar company, does not realize how much fucking money live events make you? And how much fucking views they get you on YouTube? Dude, at that last Fortnite event, every content creator I know of that I've ever heard of, Courage, all those big dudes, Tim, over 500, like they were, I've never seen viewer numbers like that in my life. I don't give a shit if it's 60 seconds or 2 minutes. Every publisher in the world will write an article about your live event in a game. They will publish about it, which is free press that you do not have to pay for. Activision knows how to be stingy, bro. There is a live event coming to Warzone. It is happening. And you know what? I really wish I could give you guys a motherfucking date, dude. I really wish I do. Early August. Keep your eyes peeled.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, yeah. Okay, so let me jump in. That is a great point about how, number one, Activision is totally incompetent, but they're also smart, which is a weird dichotomy. And they're very good at emulating other successful publishers and other successful development teams. And what your point was, which I totally agree with, by the way, is they've taken notice of other games doing shit that has been successful for them and then incorporating it into their own thing. And your example was the train in Apex. They saw that that was a good addition to Apex. Therefore, they're implementing it into Warzone. So 100% agreed there. And I think that does further bolster your point that there will be, in fact, a live event to announce COD 2020. I'm totally on board, and I totally trust you, your source, and your reasoning, even independently of those two things. But real quick,
before you go to point two, if you don't mind. I forgot to add in the beginning, but another reason that we know for sure that there's going to be a live event inside of the stadium is because...
Oh, it's going to be in the stadium?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oops.
But...
Oops. Okay.
Yikes, dude.
Okay,
I didn't say that.
Don't clip it. Don't clip it.
Don't clip me. Don't quote me on that.
I'll edit it out.
Don't edit it out. It's all good. It's there. I said it.
Oops. What? Wait, real quick. Is that going to get you in trouble?
No. Nothing will get me in trouble. I don't have a contract signed with nobody, bro.
Well, with your
my following,
with
it
your
could.
Sources, maybe, if you have a source. No.
My source hasn't filled me in about a week.
Okay.
So we're good.
Okay. Well,
but
yeah. Anyway,
one thing that we definitely forgot to mention is all of the data mine files added that involve the stadium, that involve the ascension numbers being mentioned by both the Russian operator. All right, fuck you, Raz. Jesus Christ. Oh, mullet proof with the 1,000 biddies. Let's fucking go. That all I gotta do is say some stupid shit.
Any leakers of the leaker in the chat?
Remind me not to drink on this fucking
I know.
dog shit
I genuinely
podcast
feel
again.
bad. I made Reagan go buy you more beer. I accept responsibility for that slip up. Although I don't see why that's that bad of a slip up.
It's not really a slip up. It's just that I don't 100% know that to be true.
So you know,
and I said it.
Okay, I see. So you're saying okay. So let me. I'm gonna do you a favor here. Young Douglas is 100% confident that COD 2020 will be leaked with a live event inside of Warzone. He is not 100% confident that that will take place in the stadium, but he's fairly confident that it will take place in the stadium. And the reason that he didn't want to say that is because the stadium portion of his prognostication is the only thing that he does not have 100% confidence in. So in the future, when the live event happens, if it doesn't happen in the stadium, don't hold it against him, because he explicitly stated, and you can clip this part now, he explicitly stated that the fact that it was happening in the stadium was not 100% confirmed, but the fact that there would be a live event announcing COD 2020 was 100% confirmed. That is the only reason for the hesitation to make that announcement or prediction. So
thank you, God, for that. And you put that better than I ever could have. That is exactly what's going on. Okay, so we have about 90% of the evidence leading towards what's going to happen with the live event, pointing towards something happening at the stadium. So you fucking got it. You got the exclusive out of me. Let's go, Dropshot podcast. Let's fucking go. You got it. There's been so many different quoted lines changed in the code recently. We have Sergeant Frank Woods, who's 100% coming to Modern Warfare, or either he'll be in Modern Warfare or he'll get added whenever they announce COD 2020. That's one or the other. You have a bunch of other different references to the stadium in the most recent files that involve the train, that involve all this other shit that's going on with the different intel missions and shit in Warzone. And even one of the intel missions, without any data mined or insider info, you can see that it's supposed to go to the stadium, which is kind of weird because there's no train tracks to the stadium currently.
Right.
But you guys have seen all the different train tracks added throughout the map. You know, they've done a lot of weird shit with Season 4 to add these little things we're not supposed to notice. But everybody fucking notices who plays the game all the time. But anything that my data miners have been mentioning, there's a lot going on weird with the stadium. I've gone and looked inside the stadium a few times myself. And at this point, I'll go ahead and let you guys straight up know on the Dropshot podcast, the hottest up and coming podcast in gaming. The actual trailer for COD 2020 is in the files.
Really? Interesting. Any data miners in the chat? Start digging. You've got confirmation that it's there.
Data miners, do not go in that file. Do not do it. Do not post about it. Do not do shit. You will get sued. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Can I get a
It's legitimately, it is legitimately, the reason that I mention this is because my miners have never mentioned to me before that it's, they're not mine, they're miners who help me. But the miners that speak with me have never mentioned before that they did not want to fuck with something. They do not want to fuck with this. They do not want to decrypt that file. The file is encrypted at the highest security level. Like, it is officially the trailer. Damn. And I can't tell you where it's supposed to play, but the fact that there is a trailer in the files
for this game,
that's
weird. You're right.
For COD 2020 tells me that something is going to happen in the stadium on a jumbotron, but there is no coding leading to that. That is all speculation. Yeah. That is all speculation.
I have to
there is
say,
nowhere else that can fit that many people. I'll put it to you like that.
Got it. I have to say, by the way, I don't have all the information you have that leads you to this educated guess. But based on what I do know, of course it's going to be at the stadium. Because it would make, if they're going to open the stadium, which we think is likely, which we're going to get into, almost certain, I would say, and if they're going to announce COD 2020 as a live event within Warzone, it only makes sense that those two things are going to correspond and that the stadium will open up, and at that time or very soon after, the announcement, the live event announcement, will take place in the stadium. And I think your guess that it would take place on like a jumbotron is a very good one, because a lot of stadiums, if any of you have ever gone outside or gone to a sporting event, now I know we're listening to a podcast about a video game, so many of you probably have not ever done this. I used to sit in box seats for sporting events because I'm a White Coast liberal elite, so I got box seats all the time, courtesy of a certain corporation. Not going to get into it. But if you have been to a stadium of this kind, there is often a very large, in the center of the court, stadium, etc. Go for it. In the center of the stadium, there is a very big, I don't know what it would be, structure that is above the ground, probably 30 feet off the ground, so that there's room for players to do things or a concert to take place. And I'm sure they could raise it and lower it. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. And there is a jumbotron on all four sides of this, so that no matter where you're sitting in this arena, you can see an extremely large screen for when, for example, if you're at a basketball game, they'll put the game on the jumbotron. It's called a jumbotron. Read a book. Go outside. So even if you're in the nosebleeds, read a book. You can see what's going on in the game, and then they'll also do instant replays there. They'll zoom in for like when the referees are debating whether a foul took place or whether they beat the shot clock or not, etc. It'll take place on the jumbotron. And again, it's a rectangular, usually, structure that is 30 feet above center court with 4 screens. So 2 very large screens here on the sides, and then 2 slightly smaller but still fucking enormous screens on the ends. So it's screens all around. So if a COD 2020 announcement were to take place, and if we know that the stadium is going to be opening, which I think it's safe to assume we do, then it would make a lot of sense for it to take place on the fucking jumbotron. Am I wrong? Is that crazy? And again, this is me speculating on that without a lot of the information young Douglas has. So Doug would probably agree with me even if he only knew what I knew, but he agrees with me because he knows what I know and also more. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to assume that the announcement would in fact take place in the stadium. Whether or not it takes place on the jumbotron is almost incidental, by the way. Maybe it would be, maybe not. But if they're going to open the stadium and they're going to do a COD 2020 live event announcement, then of course it's going to take place in the stadium. Why wait this long to open it if that were not the case? So I agree with you, Doug. I think that's a great theory. And again, I'm sure it's more than a theory for you because you have information we don't. So.
Speaking of which, considering how much beer I'm drinking, let me make sure that I reiterate that take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because TGR just DM'd me and he must be listening to the podcast.
Ooh, TGR, drop me a follow, bro. I'm a huge fan. I've been following you for a long time.
But TGR may have just let me know that I may be misrepresenting what we have in the files for a COD 2020 trailer.
What could you potentially be misrepresenting?
I can't tell you because I'm misrepresenting it already, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
So he didn't make clear what you might be getting wrong here?
No, he just is asking me what I'm referring to. So basically he's saying he can't, he said he hasn't heard anything about a trailer. I remember, bro. That's not me tripping. Quick, some people have mentioned something to me about something like that in there.
To be clear, your prediction about a trailer on the jumbotrons in the stadium, you already said as a disclaimer, this is speculation, right?
Yes.
So TGR's only saying your
But
speculation.
what I was saying was that my data miner, I was saying that the data miners wouldn't want to touch this one file. I remember them specifically talking to me about that. Like, yo, I'm not going in there.
Okay.
But he's saying that he hasn't heard anything about that. So I may be misrepresenting to this. Oh, no. There it is. TGR just cleared it up.
Dude, TGR's in the chat. That's crazy.
He's so not. Crazy. He may not be in the chat. I don't even know if he has a Twitch. But he's letting me know.
He's listening.
He's asking me
right
if
now,
I mean He's asking me if I mean the season 5 intro. He just corrected me. What we can look at now is the season 5 intro.
Oh, that's
God damn it! I'm
that's
talking too fucking much.
No, I got you. So the encrypted file that the data miners were afraid to touch was not the COD 2020 announcement embedded in the Modern Warfare files. Rather, it was the
Season
trailer
5
for the
trailer with
Season
heavy
5.
references.
Got it. Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
Yes.
That's not a terrible blunder, and I appreciate you clearing it up. And
It's just
TGR,
that
thanks for
my
listening
wife
to the
made a
Dropshot
great
of Call of
point.
Duty podcast.
Yeah, TGR. Fuck with Razadon, dude. He's a great dude. Everybody in chat, I want you guys to take 2 seconds to I want you guys to say thank you, TGR, for all you've done for the COD community. Because this dude gets a lot of fucking hate. He gets more hate than anybody I've ever seen when it comes to leaks, including me. And he's honestly a really good dude. And he just is trying to provide you guys with information. And a lot of you guys shit on him. He's not the same as me. We're very different people. But he's a good person. There's no reason to shit on somebody for just giving info. We try our best to get you guys the info. And there's no fucking reason we have to do that. There really is no reason why we have to do that.
And also,
TGR doesn't have a website. He hasn't tried to monetize his whole life. You know, he's a badass. He really does want to get you guys the info as fast as he can. And that's why he's one of my most trusted associates. I really fuck with him. So if you don't mind just putting in the chat, thank you, TGR, I would appreciate it. I'd like to send him that screenshot.
let me add, by the way, and someone clip this and send it to this man, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Shout out to TGR for listening to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast. TGR was the one fucking person out of 7.5 billion people on planet Earth who got loot boxes scrapped for this game. So do you guys remember in Black Ops 4 when the fucking VMP came out, or the Switchblade came out, or the Vendetta came out, which were the most or the Rampage, which were the most overpowered fucking weapons in that game, and they were locked behind loot boxes in which you would have to spend all kinds of money or all kinds of time essentially gambling to get access to a weapon that was so overpowered that you basically had to have it to be on an even playing field. Now, so those times were dark times. Those were the Black Ops 4 times. They were going to do that for Modern Warfare. And then guess who was the only fucking person who leaked this information? The Gaming Revolution.
Wow, dude. I didn't even know that.
Guess what? Right. And listen, let me shore this up. Guess what happened as a result of that leak? TGR single-handedly created so much community backlash toward Activision for daring to try this fucking gambling bullshit system again by leaking it, that they scrapped the entire idea, even though loot boxes were in the files and TGR released screenshots of these fucking loot boxes. He released them by leaking them. Only one guy, by the way, one man releases this, knowing it's going to create a bunch of community backlash, which is exactly what happened. And then the loot box idea was scrapped, and now we have an incredibly equitable system of Battle Pass. Now everything in the Battle Pass is cosmetic only. All the new weapons that get released are free for every player. They do not require gambling or loot boxes. And guess who is the single person of 7.5 billion human beings on this planet right now who is the sole responsibility for that excellent change taking place? The Gaming Revolution. So before you come at me and say, oh, leakers are, they're leeches, or they're doing shady shit, or anything of that kind, I want you to remember that a leaker is the reason that Modern Warfare does not have loot box gambling in this game like they did in BO4 and BO3 and World War II, and probably even farther in the past. TGR stopped that cycle, which was a terrible, terrible cycle. So in summary, I totally agree with Doug in the strongest of terms that the Gaming Revolution has done something really, really, really good for Call of Duty in that one instance alone. He put an end to the loot box gambling, and it's not going to come back. It's not going to come back.
No, it's done. It's done. They made more money this year than they ever would have made on that
exactly.
bullshit.
And they wouldn't have known that. They wouldn't have known that was possible if it were not for TGR forcing them to stop. And that is so valuable. Can you imagine? Can you guys imagine if, by the way, the Fennec, the Vector, for example, if that was locked behind a loot box, can you tell me it would perform exactly the same as it does now? Of course not. If the Vector was locked behind a loot box, which is what they planned to do before TGR foiled their plans, if it was locked behind a loot box, it would have had 10 more bullets in the magazine. It would have reloaded 25% of the time that it does now, so 75% faster, and it would have been insanely overpowered. Insanely overpowered. So the reason that we're not fucking beholden to a loot box gambling system where every new weapon is insanely OP and you have to spend a bunch of money to unlock them, the only reason that's not the case is the gaming revolution. So if
He's
you're
a fucking badass.
he's a god. He's a god king. So if any of you listening don't like this leaker culture, suck me off. That is my...
We're good people, man. We're not pieces of shit scumbags or anything. We happen to have the tools that most video game fans don't have, and we try to share them with you guys. And we get absolutely fucking shit on for it if we're ever wrong about anything. That these companies... Okay, let me give you an example. Abercrombie & Fitch comes out with this huge new design they post commercials for and all. Imagine being a publisher who posts about these commercials they show, and then when they put the product in the stores, it's different by fucking 2 centimeters. You guys, or not you guys, anybody in this Twitch chat is not you guys, but the internet fucking tries to melt us to death when we miss a detail by this much. And TGR's been doing this shit for years, and I'm brand new. And TGR is one of the best of the best of the best, bro. You can bitch about him for possibly getting you overhyped for something, but don't fucking bitch next time there's no Call of Duty news and you're saying, oh, I haven't heard anything about the next COD in a while, because guess who the fuck's Twitter you're going to go to look at? I'll tell you whose. Mine are TGR's. That's whose.
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm looking at him in the chat right now, and chat, he's been trying to join the chat for about 20 minutes now. He's trying to verify his email on his account. He hasn't used him forever.
Oh, shit. So he is watching?
I let him know that you guys appreciate what he does, and he said, thanks a lot, dude. I'm just trying to log into my old-ass account so I can talk in chat.
Yeah.
He's trying to log in and get it verified, and he said he is down to hop on a podcast with me soon.
Ooh. Yeah, you guys should get that done, dude. I know you announced that in the last time you made an appearance, but that would be great.
No, I know I announced our podcast. What I'm saying is that he is down to get on a podcast with the Dropshot with me.
Ooh.
Even better.
That would be great for us, for sure. Yeah, I would love that, dude. I would love to talk to that guy. Yeah.
I'm carrying the Dropshot all the way up the mountain with us, boys. Whether they make it first or we make it first, we're going together.
Brother. And I couldn't appreciate it more, dude. But yeah, so exactly what Doug said. But the point about, like, this is where you get your news first, very important point. But I think the most important point and the most bolsterous for all these leakers, I think the story of the gaming revolution putting an end to loot boxes in the biggest first-person shooter franchise of all time, I think that should be, like, someone should clip my rant and then make
I need screenshots of this. I need screenshots of this.
Documentary about how the gaming revolution actually saved the loot box gambling for Call of Duty, for not only this game, but every Call of Duty in the future. Because just like Doug said, now that Activision knows they don't have to do that to make money hand over fist, they'll never do it again. They'll never do it again. And that is so good. And that would never
Praise God.
That never would have happened if it were not leaked. And who is
Praise God.
Who is the foremost leaker in Call of Duty history? The gaming revolution.
Yeah, TGR is way bigger than me, by the way, boys. Don't mistake me for trying to be bigger than TGR. I am where I am because I have my own sources, but as well because TGR has decided to help me out as well. TGR has the most sources of anybody you'll hear about in COD leaks. Don't fucking take his info for bullshit. The dude posts some weird shit sometimes. Let's be real. His Twitter's kind of weird sometimes.
So is yours, by the way.
If you see this guy post anything that says breaking, you better fucking click the tweet.
Yeah.
He does not bullshit about breaking info. Yeah. He doesn't bullshit about news, period. Yeah, all you guys get if you're reporting news a year before anybody officially announces it, it's naturally gonna change. It changes. We are people. We're on another fucking hype train, brher. Face Squire with the 6 gifted. Whoa!
Let's fucking go. Yeah. It's almost akin to, it almost transcends like leaker, because in the case of that story I went over about loot box story, that historical analysis of what happened with the gaming revolution with respect to loot boxes, which is really, it makes me mad that you guys aren't understanding how seminal and impactful that is. So suck me off,
dude. He's like the Gandhi of fucking Call of Duty at this point. He saved us.
He's like the James O'Keefe of fucking Call of Duty. He is a whistleblower. It's not that he's a leaker, it's that he's a whistleblower. He's inside the institution for all intents and purposes, and he's blowing the whistle when something is going wrong, such as loot boxes. And as a result of him blowing the whistle, we don't have to live with loot boxes ever again in our favorite fucking gaming franchise, Call of Duty. That is so big, dude. It's so big. It's so big. It's so big. He's a whistleblower. He's not just a leaker, he's a whistleblower. And some people some of you who may be more politically inclined, most of you probably never heard the term whistleblower. Read a book. But if you have, you might have, you're going to have strong feelings about the phrase whistleblower. You're either going to be pro or against. There's no middle ground. No one is indifferent about Edward Snowden or Lindsay Shepard or other such whistleblowers. Edward Snowden's probably the most popular. If you know who he is and what he's done, you're not indifferent about him. Period. There's no middle ground with these people. It's either I am a staunch supporter or I want him imprisoned for life in fucking Gitmo. And that amount of polarization is understandable. And I am urging you, both in the case of Edward Snowden, James O'Keefe, Lindsay Shepard, and in the case of the gaming revolution, to be in this camp, the staunch supporter camp, because we need whistleblowers. It is important for holding institutions accountable, which is exactly what the gaming revolution did. And the proof is in the pudding. There are no more loot boxes. You guys are not getting it. You're not getting it. So fucking thank your lucky stars is all I'm saying. So anyways, let me real quick. What do we have here? So
Zerosio gifted the TGR at Tier 1 sub.
Let's fucking go. Is that the real
He's
TGR?
in here, but he's telling me he can't chat. Yeah, he told me that was him that got gifted the sub.
Damn, he can't chat? How come? That's weird. Well, TGR...
He's saying that he hasn't used his Twitch account since he was like 15. He's like my age.
Oh. Oh, wow. Interesting. Well...
No, I'm telling him just make a new one.
Yeah, that would help. That would be helpful. But if he wants to chat, he's under no obligation to chat. He's busy. He's got shit to do. I don't.
Well, he wants to. He's been messaging me about it for a minute. He wants to talk to you guys.
Okay.
TGR is the type of guy who likes to defend his points, and I respect the fuck out of him for that, because it's very, very hard without getting into shit that'll get us in trouble, or without. You know, a lot of people who run big businesses or big leak organizations or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that do stuff like we do, they'll say never respond to the trolls. Always just be you. Just ignore them. TGR is the opposite, and that's why I respect the fuck out of him for it. I'm like medium ground opposite. I respond to some trolls. TGR responds to all of them.
Well,
He don't take no shit.
I want to jump in here because I've been on the internet because I'm so much older than you. I've been in the internet for a long
I
time.
fucking hate you, you piece of dog shit.
Get shit on, child. And there is a difference between responding to like detractors and trolls. Because trolls, I would categorize as people who are just trying to get attention. Good, bad, or indifferent.
He's in the fucking chat, dude. He's
fucking
here.
go.
Thanks for all the kind words. Let's go. Everybody send hearts to the Gaming Revolution.
The Gaming Revolution is in the fucking chat, dude. Insane.
Welcome, dude. Welcome to my
brother.
business partner. I fuck with him heavy,
I appreciate
dude.
it. And by the way, TGR, if I got any of the details wrong about like my entire story or whatever, please let me know if you care to, and I'll clear it up for the listeners. So just so you know, TGR, you're probably not familiar. I do the podcast live on Twitch, but I also upload it to like podcast apps, my RSS feed. So like right now we have 45 viewers. I get about 2,000 listens per episode. So if you wanted, I'm not flexing. That's not a lot.
Tonight's will be popping, Raz. Make sure you share me your fucking podcast link, dude.
Yeah,
I'll make sure to share it.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
This is a good podcast tonight.
I'm having a blast. The reason I bring that up, TGR, is to say that if you say something in chat to clear anything up, for example, or if you wanted to clear anything up, let me know so that I can clear it up myself on the mic, so that the 2,000 listeners on podcast apps will get the information. Because if you just cleared it up like in chat or whatever, then it would only be 1/200th of my listener base. So, but yeah. So, anyways, if you want me to clear something up, please let me know if I got something wrong in your story. I'm pretty sure I got the loot box. It's not a story, but the loot box. Rundown. I think I got it pretty correct.
You absolutely nailed it. Hey, go ahead and read that from Mullet. He's fucking huge dick in it tonight.
Bulletproof. Where are we at? Oh, he didn't say a goddamn word. He just cheered 5,000 fucking bits. Let's fucking go. Dude, this podcast is insane, dude. Insane. Mullet, you've given fucking over 100,000 bits this fine evening, dude. Fuck yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, he gave 50,000 earlier, and he's been dropped. He
gave 50,000 earlier.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Sorry, 5,000. I'm a little.
Oh, I was about to lose my mind.
Sorry,
I'm inebriated too.
Over...
I was about to say, holy fuck, he's at $1,000.
Yeah, no, my fault. Yeah, but over 10,000 is what I meant to say. Mullet, dude, thank you so much for the support, brother. I'm honored, humbled, and of course privileged, dude. I appreciate the support. And then Claptimus with the 302 biddies. Let's fucking go. And Face Squire, 5 gifted subs. Let's fucking go, dude.
Do this.
I appreciate it.
I think you're correct.
Sub. I appreciate you, dude.
I think you're correct. Like 10 out of 10. We're not gonna have time to cover our Oxford debate.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. That's fine.
But I was gonna say, TGR has messaged you back in chat. Make sure you read that. Give me 5 minutes. And then it says, and then we were gonna go over our Oxford debate, but we clearly don't have time for that. It's already almost fucking 1 a.m. for me.
You're good, dude. You're good. Okay.
I am definitely down to cover my IW Summer Games shit.
So you want to finish up with
if
that
you
one?
Just want to, yeah, I think that should be where we finish up, and then you can cover all the rest of your shit.
Sounds good.
And then we'll save the rest for me, you, and Tanner to argue about.
That would be great, because Tanner's kind of in the middle of you and I, so that would be perfect.
Let's fucking go, Bulletproof with 1,000 biddies.
Let's fucking go.
Right, and read TGR shit, and I'm going to.
Okay, Mullet and Claptimus and everyone else, dude, I appreciate the support so much. I want to get to this, though. TGR, no, I think your description was pretty accurate. By the way, the Gaming Revolution is in the fucking chat, which is unbelievable to me. This is kind of like
knows who hasn't on this now.
this is kind of like if you're a YouTube vlogger, you're some pedestrian YouTube vlogger, and fucking Jake Paul comes into your live stream on YouTube. That is what this is like for me right now. This is a big dick. This is a big dick fucking character in the scene, and he's the guy I was talking about that that single-handedly stopped loot boxes from coming to MW 2019. You're what? So say thank you to TGR, and TGR will say you're welcome, because it was only him. He says, "No, I think your description was pretty accurate. I get shit every now and again for people saying I have a big ego for thinking I could have had an effect on the game, but my source literally told me they held a meeting to reconsider the microtransactions after I posted that tweet, and there was lots of backlash about it. People think I just made that up for some reason. You posted screenshots. How could anyone think that?" That was my insertion. But I was literally told that from the guy who gave me the majority of the MW and Warzone leaks. So, okay. TGR, first of all, thank you very much for being here. This has made my night. That's fucking awesome, dude. And I appreciate you coming into the chat. I know you had some issues, so I appreciate you troubleshooting. So that is interesting, though. So first, I want to address a couple points here. People saying I have a big ego for thinking I could have had an effect on the game. So first of all, look, I don't know you personally. Obviously, you know that because you just learned about me. So I haven't known you personally. I've had no personal stake in this matter whatsoever. The only thing I know is that I remember, because I've been balls deep. I've been following you, like I said, for 2 years probably now. I've been balls deep in the COD scene, and I was a vehement opponent of microtransactions, especially the loot box variety where they hide weapons behind loot boxes, since I started playing Call of Duty. And I remember that you tweeted about it. And I don't know if it was in your initial tweet or if it was soon after. But I do know for goddamn certain that the first and only time that I saw screenshots of the fucking loot box in the Modern Warfare game was from you. So for anyone to say that you have a big ego because you think you had an effect on this, it's like, that's absurd. Not only did you leak it, but you brought you didn't even bring files. You didn't even bring data mine files. You brought fucking screenshots, plain as day. And then everyone rightfully got super mad that they planned on doing this again, and then they reverted it. And like I said, the only reason that would have ever have gotten reverted was because you leaked the fucking screenshot. So to any of your detractors, I'm speaking to you now. If any of TGR's detractors listening to the Dropshot a Call of Duty podcast, I want to say to you, you are flat wrong if you think that the only reason the loot boxes did not get scrapped, if you think the only reason those got scrapped, if you don't think the only reason that got scrapped was because of TGR, you're flat fucking wrong. Go into the Wayback Machine. Go to TGR's fucking Twitter. Here's how I remember the sequence of events. TGR tweets they're going to do loot boxes again because they're dog shit. TGR tweets very soon after, maybe that day. TGR can shore up the details if he feels so inclined. A screenshot of a fucking loot box in Modern Warfare. It is very obviously from the game. It is so implemented that they have files not only for the loot box, but they have the fucking animation. They have the actual like textures, resolutions, all that shit. He tweets that. And then there's so much backlash that Activision themselves make a tweet saying, "Hey guys, just so you know, there's not going to be loot boxes." If you think that the reason they scrapped loot boxes after having coded them into the game was not because solely TGR leaking this information, You're fucking dumb. You're incredibly dumb. So I just have to put that out there. So let me get back to you because you said a couple more things. Yeah, people say I fake the screenshots even when I post scrolling them on my phone. They were unambiguously not fake. They were obviously not fake. And why would they stop? By the way, why would they, even if they were faked, which they weren't, but even if they were, why would they stop doing loot boxes after BO4 suddenly? There's no reason they would stop doing them unless there was a ton of community backlash. What was the only impetus for community backlash? Someone leaking them. Who was the only fucking person who leaked them? The gaming revolution. Very simple. Very simple as far as I'm concerned. Surprised they never copyright struck those images because it literally proved what I was saying. That is interesting, TGR. I don't know why they wouldn't have copyright struck those. They might have actually wanted community feedback, to be fair. So, I don't know.
Speaking of which, I
But
see TGR's
anyways.
latest message.
Hold on,
And
let
he
me
says,
go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. My source, so TGR just said, my source was the absolute best. He wanted the best for this community. You guys have no idea how much he was risking because he wanted the best for the game and the community. He truly had our best interests in mind. And so did you, by the way, because you risked the copyright strike, as you said. You also risked all the flack that you did get. People saying you photoshopped it or whatever. Like, by the way, I saw the images. They did not appear photoshopped in any way. And with something that big that got as much attention as your tweet got, all the Photoshop experts were going to look at that. And if there was evidence that this was shopped, it would have been found out. So there's no way that it was shopped, first of all. But that's cool, TGR, that you had a source that actually wanted the best for the game. And it's cool also that not only he recognized that these fucking loot boxes were bad for the game, but you also recognized it. And then you leaked it. And I'm presuming here, but I assume you do know this. I'm assuming that when you leaked that, you knew community backlash was going to be shit. You were hoping that the pushback would cause them to stop doing microtransactions. And then you actually got what you were hoping was going to be the case. And you were hoping for the outcome that was the best for the community, which was the cessation of the loot boxes. That is me speculating, but I'm pretty confident in saying that's where your head was at.
I can give some personal information about my original source who leaked me all the shit.
Go ahead.
Yo, let's go Zerosio Khan with 1,000 biddies for Young Douglas and TGR.
Go. Thank you, Czar. I appreciate you, dude.
Thank
Fuck
you,
yeah.
brother. But yeah, that's originally why my source reached out to me. You know, I was this random guy who had a subreddit with about 5,000 subscribers at the time, a Twitter with like 200 followers. And I really couldn't wrap my head around why somebody with exclusive info was reaching out to me. But the way he described it was that he wanted the best for the community. He wanted the best for the game. And then he thought it was absolute bullshit the way Activision was handling the game when it came to marketing Warzone. Because they had already said that Warzone was never, that a Battle Royale was not coming to Modern Warfare.
That's a kick.
It's their whole fucking game. They don't even focus on multiplayer anymore.
Yeah, true.
So these guys who risked their careers, you guys really fucking like, you guys, when I say you guys, I mean my 65,000 Twitter followers and TGR's 350,000 subscribers or 380,000. Those people really don't realize all that the people who are giving us this info are risking, and that they are risking it to two random guys on the internet who may or may not fuck them if we get some Activision lawyer type shit. But I'll tell you what.
They took an especially big risk with you, by the way, because you were an
huge.
unknown at the time.
I was especially new.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys don't understand the risk that these guys are going through. You know, when you sign an NDA, you can face potential damages lawsuits and like lose your house, anything you've owned beforehand. Like they can fuck you over bad. They put those words in the contract for a reason. And TGR says, I hate how they were saying that I was just doing it for clout. I literally posted that tweet and never made a video. If anyone actually knows me, they know I barely give two shits about some Twitter likes. Yes, TGR, I totally agree, bro.
The fact that you've been banned on Twitter 90 times is evidence of that. If you cared about your Twitter following and likes, you would do everything you can to make one Twitter, make it huge, cultivate it, and not risk getting it banned. But the fact that you're willing to risk it getting banned, which you've done many times because you have gotten banned so much, is evidence of the fact that you are not lying and you're not doing it for clout, because you've just nuked your Twitter following and then had to start from scratch over and over again. So of course you haven't. Of course you don't care about clout. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. But go on.
He would still be higher than me in following on Modern Warzone, by the way. And he's only at 10K right now, so make sure you go follow TGR's fourth account on Twitter.
TGR, I'm going to link your current Twitter account and anything else you want me to link. If you don't mind posting all the socials that you want me to link to, this is going to be a big episode for us on the podcast apps. I'm going to put it in the show notes. So anything you want me to link for you, brother, put it in the chat right now, and I'll make sure to do that. So go on, Doug. Sorry.
But no sorry. You're good point in interrupting. But no, for real, man. Like, people don't understand. And one of my favorite parts about this podcast was the first time I came on, Raz and Tanner did their best job possible of humanizing myself, humanizing you, and humanizing anybody who comes with Call of Duty leaks, because everybody thinks that me and you and Ghost, we're all just out for the clout. And the fact of it is, clout equals money. But the fact of it is, none of us started doing this because we were chasing money or clout. It just happens to be in the cards. Why would you not make money or grow your following if you could? Like, it doesn't mean that we're exploiting you guys. We are legitimately risking our own livelihoods by releasing half the info we do. You know, TGR will be the first guy to tell you Activision can go suck a dick. But the fact is, they're a multi-billion-dollar company, and if their lawyers came knocking at my door, I would shit a brick.
Yeah, of course.
I would literally shit a brick. Even though I know that we'd be fine, I would shit a brick. They could ruin my life through courtroom litigation.
Activision's considerable legal team is a bunch of 60-year-old men, teams of them. And we're all, at the end of the day, we're all kids. I mean, we're all 20-something dudes who make fucking YouTube videos and stream on Twitch and make dumb tweets, you know? So, of course, it's a huge risk for us because exactly like you said, it would be terrifying to have the weight of a fucking multinational, multi-billion-dollar corporation really bringing their weight down on you. Of course, that would be crazy. So, yes, it's a huge risk. Exactly. Go on. Sorry.
No, I mean, that's basically all I had to say. It's just that people think that we're coming with fake content and shit, but we just try to give you guys the info as we get it. Whether or not it ends up being true, you know, it's coming from great sources at all times. Yeah. At all times. And the fact you can go look through real news. There's a lot of some of the best journalists you've ever read of who have given info that hasn't ended up being true at the end. Things change daily, especially with all this crazy shit going on with coronavirus. I got the date for the season 4 release date wrong by 24 hours from the data mine files, and people acted like a fucking nuclear missile exploded. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Just
understand, like, this shit, we're just doing our best to give you what we can. At least you knew a day before it really happened that it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because Activision doesn't say a goddamn thing.
And I think it is not beyond Activision to have plans, and then the plans get leaked, and then they change the plans just to spite the leaker. I don't think that is beyond the realm of possibility, and I would be shocked if they had never done that before.
I have no comment on that, but I do know they specifically have ran smear campaigns, and part of it has targeted me before, so I agree.
Not surprised at all. Yeah, not surprised at all. So TGR, thank you for linking those. I've saved them. They will be in the show notes, and I'll reference them again at the end of the pod. But One more thing we wanted to one more thing we wanted to go over here on the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast is this iDub Summer Games. Young Douglas, the floor is yours.
This was something that I spoke with Razan on earlier before the podcast, and this is something that I've noticed since March 10th was the date that I made the tweet about it. And do you have the tweet so you can pull it up? I remember sharing it with you.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and pull that up.
Wait.
The one that's about the summer games.
Okay, no, I don't remember
I'll
you
find
sharing
it.
that with
I'll
me.
find it. It'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
2 seconds. It'll
Okay.
take 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
have to do this. Oh,
You shared a different tweet with me. I want to end on the tweet you shared, by the way, which is the link directly below that in the doc.
oh yeah. You talking about the map?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go to this one because this is worth pulling up. Modern Warzone. What
Yeah,
was
exactly.
It was,
Super. Exactly.
It was about summer games.
Yes.
Yes. This one right here. I retweeted it on my profile earlier. I am copying the link. I'm just going to post it in the Twitch chat.
Okay.
be able to
Yeah,
grab
that's
it
perfect. That's
from
fine. Yeah. Everyone can look at it that way. I'll pull it up on the screen as well. Okay. There we go.
Okay, so this is a tweet that we made on March 10th, 2020, 3:34 p.m., which is 2 hours, 34 minutes after Warzone was officially released. There will be a summer event for Modern Warfare titled Infinity Ward Summer Games. Okay, this is before we were big. Before I retweeted this earlier today, we had three retweets and 24 favorites. So this has been a long time ago.
By the way, March 10th, 2020. This is 4 months and 8 days ago.
Yep. And there were files leaked that will be there will be a summer event titled Infinity Ward Summer Games. Okay, so at that point, this is months ago, and my inference at that point was already that summer games are going to tie into Call of Duty, and they're going to be a seasonal event where we get special skins, unlocks, this, that, and the other, and they're going to somehow tie into the map. And my thought at the time was they'll open up the stadium at that time. The stadium is one of the biggest premiere points on the map, probably the biggest landmark on the map. Still not opened. They've teased the opening in the beginning of this season by sharing a screenshot that features a crack in the roof, which shows the roof opened. And now they have just tweeted yesterday, which I could send you this, or you could look it up. You just go to Call of Duty's Twitter and they show that fucking stadium tweet.
Yeah.
About the stadium having cake inside. Why in God's name, if you're not doing something with the stadium soon, would your official Call of Duty account tweet something like that?
True.
So my initial inference was that the stadium would open up at the same time as this summer's Olympic Summer Games. And me and Raz were speaking on Discord earlier. I'd never looked up the date. And Raz told me it was actually supposed to be for the 23rd, which before 12 o'clock tonight, my time, was 5 days from now.
Right.
But with all this gone on with coronavirus and all the pushbacks of the newest Call of Duty content, I can't tell you whether that's a date worth giving a fuck about. I really doubt it is anymore. But what I can tell you is that we are very, very close to when they originally planned for some stadium changes to happen. Regardless of whatever the fuck they have planned at this point. There was something that was going to happen with that goddamn stadium. And since the Season 4 patch update, they have added textures through all those glass windows you see on your screen right now. There are tables and seats and all that shit behind them at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There was none of that there anymore. So I don't know if the way we'll view the live event will be through that. I don't know if it'll be specifically at the stadium, but I'm inferring that it will be through those outside sections of the stadium. And then from then on out, it will be the hottest hot drop you've ever seen in Warzone.
1,000%.
And then they will destroy it. It'll be gone.
You think they'll destroy it? That's
I
interesting.
think it'll be gone.
That is,
But at the same time, the reason I don't think they will is because it's a part of one of their favorite ground war maps, Divorce District, which I fucking hate.
true. I definitely hate Dvorsk as well.
But that's all of my inside info about that subject. Like, anything can happen with that, but we've talked about this since 4 months ago, dude. Like, Something's happening with that stadium very soon.
1,000%. I'm with you everywhere except the destruction of the stadium. Why do you think that is on the table?
Because some of the intel missions have mentioned, and some of the newer intel challenges in Warzone have mentioned a nuke going to the stadium.
Oh.
Which may be coming through the train, but I've already told you earlier in the podcast, I don't see where a train could go into the stadium. There is the one side of the stadium towards the north side that does have like an underground entrance, but I don't see a train fitting in there.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. I'm 1,000% with you. This stadium is opening. I mean, like you said, I think July 23rd was probably the original plan. But I think, like you said, I think that's probably going to be
TGR's correcting
delayed.
me.
So
The nuke was already at the stadium, but AQ stole it.
Okay, so TGR, who is in another very, very big leaker in the scene, he's been around for a very long time, has said...
Part of the Modern Warzone leak organization, by the way.
Yes, join the fucking Discord. COD OG, I think, is what the Discord is called. I'll link to it in the show notes. And if you can give me that link, actually, I'll put it in your command as well. So TGR says the nuke was already at the stadium. Al Katala stole it. I'm guessing that's what the Season 5 intro will be. The Season 5 intro would be interesting. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. That makes sense. I think... definitely...
Aaron, you're right.
Pardon?
My bad. Aaron's saying when people listen to the podcast, they should realize Doug has had a fair amount to drink.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's unambiguous. We both have. But it's been worth it for sure. Yeah, I agree with Mordecai here. I don't see them making a stadium interior just to destroy it. They're not going to go to all that work for nothing. Yeah, the only part I'm not totally on board with is the destruction of the stadium. But I think it is almost certain that the stadium will be, in fact, opening for sure. And that will be fun and exciting. I also think there's going to be a buy station fucking center field that is just going to be that's just going to be a killing field where people can be in the stands from 360 degrees like they're playing fucking Grozna Raid, just getting shit on by kids trying to buy stuff. So stadium's going to be a bait just like it always has been since the fucking game launched, actually. But yeah, I think you're right though. I think it probably was initially going to it initially was set to release when the Summer Olympics started, but because of coronavirus, they got so set back that they're probably not going to be able to keep up with that timetable. But I think it will release very fucking soon. I would be shocked if it didn't, for all of the reasons we've talked about in this.
I'd be shocked as well, brother.
In this podcast. So, and then last thing here, we can save this or we can go through it now if you want the sneak peek. It's up to you, young Douglas.
We can go through it now.
Okay, so I'm going to show on the screen here your tweet, and then you can take us through it.
Yeah, just go ahead and click the image. It's okay that they don't see this from Modern Warzone.
Got it.
Okay, I'll read it real quick while I see it on your screen. Sneak peek of what could be the next Call of Duty Warzone map in COD 2020. This is actually a direct image from outside of Hardhat. All you have to do is go into CODcaster or go into your spectator mode with free set for your spectator settings, and you can view this yourself. This is, I'm going to go ahead and let you know right now, this is not the COD 2020 map. I plan to make a whole YouTube video about this. This is not the COD 2020 map. This is London, Aaron. But the fucking issue is that if Raz goes back to my tweet and goes and looks at my response tweets, Infinity Ward has no fucking room to add backdrops like this into their game for graphical beauty when it's already 200 fucking gigabytes. Keep going down. Keep going down to the other. Yeah. Keep going after that one. I had another follow-up tweet.
Okay.
See, there it is. That one right there. Many of these structures can be mirrored to London. It makes zero fucking sense. 0 cents to have this many buildings even loaded into the game when it struggles so hard with overall file size. This game is a fifth of a fucking terabyte. A fifth of a terabyte. My Xbox 360 in the day that I added upgraded storage to was 100 gigs max. This game is 200 fucking gigabytes. I'm about to shit all over them. This is fucking ridiculous. Because I've seen kids in my reply saying, this is a backdrop. This is fucking stupid. You would ever say this. You know what's fucking stupid? Is that a AAA development company thinks it's worth putting all those fucking assets in this little teeny tiny remastered Call of Duty map. That is fucking ridiculous.
1,000%.
It is not going to be the COD 2020 map, and I'm 100% positive on that based on other leaks. I spoke to Exclusive Ace in my DMs, and he confirmed the COD 2020 map is in Russia. This is not COD 2020. This is just ridiculous amount of space that they have added to the backdrops of their map. You can see spaces like this on Ramaza Palace, which has a massive sandstorm on the outside and has a bunch of other shit preloaded from the campaign. You can also, not Ramaza Palace, but Ramaza.
I figured.
Yeah,
got it.
you can also see that shipment, you can zoom out on that map for another 10 minutes, and they have rendered shit in the background. It makes zero fucking sense. Zero. And whether or not this has to do with future COD leaks or not, they should be shit on. This is my first time ever publicly wanting to shit on them. But this is a shit on situation. Raz, go click on that next photo. Okay. This is a small photo of the zoomed in skyscrapers that make you realize that this is London. Those are very, very landmark-esque pictures of London. And then look at that. Look at that. Hard hat is a fucking pimple on that. And we have to load all that every time we load that map.
Yeah.
That is fucking mind-blowing.
And just like you said...
Who thought that was a good idea?
And it wouldn't make any sense if there was not some kind of plan to use these textures, assets,
in the future.
In the future, exactly.
I went and looked at that shit for an hour on stream, and not a single one of the building patterns around those skyscrapers matches. So it's not like it's just copy-paste shit. Either they tried to fully recreate London, or they're just fucking retarded. And I don't use that word often, but that is ridiculous.
He told me not to use it.
No, that is ridiculous, bro. Yeah, that is the size of the Warzone map rendered.
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Actually, yeah. Such a good point. Such a good point. And exactly like you said, it's like, especially because they've been getting so much flack for their download sizes that if they could shave any fucking, if they could cut any corners, they would. And if these are not part of the corners they're cutting, then there are two options. Number one, dumbest dev team of all time, which is actually possible, sadly, especially based on the terrible patch notes we've had. Or number two, which I think is more likely in this case, they're going to use these files in the future for some type of future endeavor, which is what Doug is alluding to.
I don't think so.
Tell me more.
I don't think they're using it. I don't think it's getting used. I literally think it's extra. People have tweeted at me saying that there's Piccadilly in there and there's all types of shit. I flew around that whole fucking map. There's not a goddamn useful thing in there. Every single one of those buildings is rendered as if it was made on a toaster. So they're still being rendered on your computer or your console, but they're fucking useless. They are literally useless. They look like unique buildings, but they're not unique at all. Yeah. They're nearly copy-paste of each other. And it really fucking pissed me off because I spent about 45 minutes of my day flying through that map thinking this was something big. And I was like, why? Why? And then I go and tweet about it and everybody's like, it's clearly just a backdrop for when you respawn in. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
So
Nobody looks at that shit.
So you think that's not going to be a map in the future or like the next?
I don't
Warzone
think
map?
so. I
don't think
I
so?
thought so at first, but after going through it extensively, I do not think so.
Interesting.
I think it's just fucking stupid.
A testament to the incompetence of IDub 2020. Yeah.
It really pisses me off when I think about it because I was so hype about it when I first saw it, and then I went through it and I was fucking pissed.
Well, look, dude, they've done so many things that make no fucking sense in this shit game, which we're going to get into on Saturday, it sounds like, that this isn't terribly surprising to me, sadly. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm glad you brought it up, though. It's just one of the many blunders of IDub 2020 in this fucking dog shit game.
That's almost why I couldn't make a YouTube video about it because I was so fucking mad.
You were just gonna rag on them so hard.
Yeah, and I don't like to shit on devs about like shit, man. I know they work their ass off and they try to make a product we enjoy. It's mainly publishers that push these guys to be dog shit.
Exactly.
They really, all these
fault.
guys are artists who care about their work. So I really don't like to shit on them, but that is not a publisher's decision on that map. I don't give a fuck what you say. Even if it was, okay, so let me give you two examples of why this pissed me off so bad. So so you know how you showed that the circle area of that map?
Yes.
And how a lot of it was rendered with like clouds all the way around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all the clouds around are also rendered as like Google Maps type shit that looks like buildings and stuff, right?
Interesting. Yes. Yeah.
So they could have done the same goddamn thing for the rest of the buildings. Why the fuck didn't they?
True. Yeah, because they're, you said it first, retarded.
I don't even fucking understand. Maybe that was a Warzone map. They had an idea and they just shit on it at the end, but I don't know what to tell you about it. It makes
probably the most
zero
plausible.
fucking sense to me.
That's the most plausible explanation. Maybe they were going to release a second Warzone map. They wanted to start rendering it early or designing it early, but because of COVID, they wouldn't have had time to, so they just scrapped the idea, but they kept it in the game. I think that's
exactly what I was thinking too, because the original Warzone map was already in the game. It was all the ground war maps put together in Spec Ops.
Yeah, amen. So that's a good hypothesis. I think I agree with that. Yeah. This game makes me so mad.
I'm really mad right now. I haven't been mad in a minute about COD, but I'm pissed thinking about it.
Well, look, so yeah, we'll finish that up on Saturday. So, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we wrap this bitch up?
Nah, dude, this has been a great long podcast. I feel like it's my fault it's been long.
No, not at all, dude.
We were saying it might be a 45 minute to an hour.
We were. Yeah, well, get baited, Doug and Casey. So, okay, so Douglas, where can we find you, brother? And this will all be in the show notes, but just for everyone's edification, where can we find you?
Hey, you can find me on twitter.com/Modern Warzone. You can find me on reddit.com/r/Modern Warzone. Or if you just go to your Reddit account and type in Modern Warzone, my subreddit that I own will be the first one to pop up. You can find me on YouTube at Modern Warzone. Soon you'll be able to find me on TikTok at Doug Dagnabbit, even though I fucking hate myself for saying that. You can find us at Instagram at Real Modern Warzone or therealmodernwarzone.com and modernwarzone.com. There's so many places you can find us at. You know what? The easiest way to find us, and that I realized tonight before I got on this podcast, just go to Google and type in Modern Warzone. Pops up links to all my shit on the first page.
That's why I plugged to your website, because your website has links to everything else. So if you're getting overwhelmed, go to modernwarzone.com and you can find links to everything else there. But I will link to everything individually as well as his website in the show notes. So
yeah, make sure you guys, if you guys support me, man, go check out the YouTube, bro. The YouTube's been struggling the most out of everything.
youtube.com/c/modern warzone, and you can of course just search Modern Warzone on YouTube and you will find his channel. Once again, by the way, I want to reiterate, you can find the Gaming Revolution, who was a star for this podcast episode and a star for this entire game with all of its faults, he helped ameliorate one very fatal flaw that didn't come to fruition. You can find him on Twitter at The Gaming REVO3. So that is TheGaming number 3. No spaces or underscores in any of that. You can find him on YouTube at TheGamingRevoHD1. And of course, if you Google The Gaming Revolution, these things will come up. But I will leave links to all of this in the show notes. So make sure you go there and follow both of these fine young men for doing the Lord's work. And support them, follow them, tweet at them, say you like them, etc. And especially go tweet at The Gaming Revo 3, TheGamingRevo3. Say, hey, dude, I appreciate that there are no loot boxes in MW 2019 Game of the Year edition. I know this game is fucking dog shit, but at least there are not also loot boxes to compound the dog shit aspect of this game. And it is only because of you, so thank you. And there will never be loot boxes again in Call of Duty. And it is only because of you, and I really appreciate that. So that's probably not in the 240 character limit. Figure it out. Tweet him twice. Doesn't matter. But
longer.
Tweet longer is great. Yeah, tweet at him and express your sincerest gratitude as you should. And then again on YouTube, TheGamingRevoHD1. And again, the links to those will be in the show notes. Real quick reminder, Damascus Hangout for all the Damascus patrons is Friday the 24th, 7 o'clock Pacific time, PM, obviously. For you Aussie cunts, that's either a day before or a day ahead. It'll be like 12 o'clock your time, so you guys will be hammered by then. Prison colony, by the way. And then we can hang out there, so you can see day after. Thank you, Mordecai. So yeah, so that for the Australians, I think that'll be like, I don't know, doesn't matter. Google it. So whatever, the details are in the Discord, etc. Remember to follow me on Twitter as well at Razanon, Razinon, Twitch, twitch.tv/Razanon, Instagram, RazanonTTV, one word. Follow Tanner, who is riding a Jeep right now. Tanner Dropshot, one word. Twitch, Tanner Dropshot as well. And if you have Amazon Prime, go to twitch.tv, link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account, go to Tanner's channel at Tanner Dropshot, and give him a Twitch Prime sub. It costs you nothing because it is included in the price of your Amazon Prime. Also, find me on YouTube, Razanon, or search for the Dropshot. Full episodes of the podcast with video are on the YouTube. And then we also post clips from the podcast for you to share with your dumb friends to make them, to entice them to listen to the podcast. And I post our gameplay breakdowns there. We've been doing gameplay breakdowns. We have 2 so far. We're going to be doing far more in the future. And people have been responding incredibly positively to the gameplay breakdowns. Because for a 10-minute game, we will analyze it for 45 minutes. So there's a lot of fucking detail in the gameplay breakdowns. Regardless of your skill level, I guarantee you will learn something from each and every gameplay breakdown. So you're going to have to find us on YouTube, smash the subscribe button, and then there's a gameplay breakdowns playlist where all the gameplay breakdowns will be posted. And if you're a platinum patron, you can submit your gameplay to be broken down. And then remember, on each and every Dropshot Razanon YouTube video, smash the fucking like button. Also, of course, and I can't stress this enough, join the fucking Discord, which I've conveniently linked for you in the Twitch chat. That is also, of course, in the show notes. And if you wanted some bonus content, join the Patreon, $5 a month, 2 bonus episodes a month. And then there are tiers beyond that for extra benefits. Go to patreon.com/thedropshot, one word. And you can review all the tiers and what benefits come with those. And that would help us more than anything as far as money goes. We also have a merch store with a bunch of absolutely fire merch. And we're going to be releasing new designs on the merch store. One of them is going to be read a book, text only. One of them is going to be, keep that in mind, text only. No branding. It's just going to be words. That'll be on the merch store soon. So make sure you look at the links in the show notes to go to the shop. And then when that is live, you can cop yours as well. Rate the fucking podcast 5 stars on iTunes. If you write a review with 5 stars, I will read it on the podcast. And last but not least, special thanks to our Damascus patrons, Adam H, Face Esquire, Gift Curse, Jake W, Jimmy W, Mr. Matt Dad, Mr. Salmonella, Rainman, Sandstoner, Slivovitz 91, Sniff Sniff Hambone, and an extra special thanks to our one and only Obsidian patron and the Dropshot Patriarch, the Vaping Viking.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go! Douglas, fire up your stream. I'm gonna give you that fire raid.
It's been fired up, baby.
Oh, okay.
We're ready.
Bet. All right, cool. So that is it. Thank you all for watching. The support has been insane. This podcast has been more than I could have ever dreamed of. I had an absolute fantastic time with you, Doug, and I want to thank you for being on and for
Love
giving
coming
us
on with you, brother.
Awesome, dude. And we're going to do it more. We're going to do it next week on Saturday, and then hopefully we'll do it even more in the future beyond that. And I want to thank you again for the Fire exclusive that you gave us, and I will clip that for you to put on your own YouTube and website.
I was going to say, you can thank the alcohol for that.
I will keep that in mind.
Oh, I got a drink, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. And special shout out to Reagan J. Change It for going on that beer run for young Douglas. That is very much appreciated. It contributed to the enjoyment of this podcast. And of course, very special shout out to the Gaming Revolution for hopping in to the chat. It means more to me than you probably would expect. I appreciate it, dude. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. You've got that big dick energy that makes me salivate. So read a book. So I appreciate you stopping by and helping me clear up some details. And once again, of course, everyone listening, follow the Gaming Revolution. So, of course, for everyone who is listening live, fucking Czar, Mulletproof, Claptimus, Face Squire, fucking, who else was insane? Call Me Al, Mulletproof, especially fucking insane. Jake Down, Czar, Claptimus, Alan. I appreciate all the support from everyone tonight. It has been fucking nuts. You guys really helped make this podcast a very special episode. And everyone tweeted Tanner that he missed out and that he's a piece of shit human being. Doug, are you at your microphone? Because I need your help for this ending portion. Okay, we're gonna wait for Doug to finish the podcast episode, and then we're gonna go get some Warzone dubs. I'll catch up on chat in the meantime. What do we have here? Let's go play IRL Warzone in London. That's called terrorism, Aaron. So let's not advocate fucking domestic terrorism on my Twitch channel, dude. I don't want an FBI investigation or a fucking MI6 investigation. Read a book being undertaken on my Twitch channel, sir. So let's not keep that in mind. Damn, Doug will be surrendering all his leaks to the CCP via TikTok. See, Gunny, that's a smart joke. And the reason that you made a smart joke is because you minored or double majored in English and religious studies. So I alluded to this 2 hours ago. We have similar sensibilities. And of course, someone with similar sensibilities to me is capable of making a smart joke. And that was funny, actually, because the CCP is the Chinese Communist Party. read a book. And TikTok is owned by none other than the Chinese. So that was the joke there. So Gunny, that was deeply amusing to me. I hope you're still here to hear that. So thanks. Don't download TikTok. Fuck TikTok, says Mr. Noob. Whatever. The reality is, if you're online at all, the NSA is already inside you. They're in your ass. They're deep inside you. So do I care that much more if the Chinese Communist Party is deep inside my ass versus the National Security Agency? Not really. There are government agencies balls deep inside me. I've accepted that and I've resigned to it. So if I'm going to accept that Google is balls deep inside me, bring them in, dude. Bring in TikTok, bring in the CCP, bring in fucking the Sultan of Brunei. Doesn't matter. Don't care. My privacy has already been ravaged. So what's one more authoritarian regime having an inside look at my metadata? I don't care. So fuck it. I'll download TikTok is the thrust of what I'm saying. Doug said he's live now, which is interesting because he isn't fucking saying anything. Doug, where are you? Talk. You stupid bitch. Okay, I guess I'm going to end the podcast myself, but let me catch up on chat here. So Nick says you might read it. I don't see any other context clues here, Nick. Breakdowns are great. Check them on the YouTube, bros. I appreciate that, Gunny. Much love. Imagine if he just doesn't come back. Well, Aaron, it's looking that way. I wasn't expecting that kind of response, not going to lie. Don't know what you're referring to, Aaron. Sorry. I'm not reading these contemporaneously. Read a book. I'll be on the mic on my stream. Okay, so I'm not uploading this podcast is what I'm saying, because Doug is just fucking throwing away the ending of this podcast, which is the most important part. So keep that in mind. It's because I read a lot of books. Oh, Gunny did hear my assessment of his very clever joke. Nice, Gunny. I appreciate that. He needs you to end the pod. I haven't installed TikTok. Why? I did. I closed it out. Go to Discord, Doug. You're still in the Discord channel. You fucking idiot. You retard bitch. I'm so mad. Admitting to being a communist sympathizer on the pod, Razanosus. Wait, I hear him. I hear him lumbering. Come on, Doug. Come on. Ta-ta, retard. Let's go. He's so close. I hear the sound getting closer. Here we go. Here we go.
Why can't
go.
I stay in the Discord chat?
All right, Doug, real quick. Hold on. Just stay
Hold
here.
on.
Are you listening?
Yeah, let me turn down this fucking music.
Okay. Are you ready?
What?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All I need you to do is say two words. I need you to say two words, and the two words are going to be very obvious. So just don't say anything, listen, and then say your two words on cue. Ready? Thank you all for watching. Have an excellent evening. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.